3, 2, and 1.
We're back.
Episode 5.
A month of solid podcasts.
A month and a week.
Was promised. We're working on the first week of the second month. Today, episode 5, week 5. We go to college in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll have that 2 months, nice and solid, and then hopefully we can smoothly rotate into college and get the podcast still in a roll. God forbid we have more setbacks.
Yeah, well, could have just a setback. Has nothing to do with the podcast, but, we'll figure that out later date.
We'll figure it out. Regardless, there's going to be a form of podcast, whether it's back to the online podcast for a little bit, get a little throwback action.
If that happens,
back to the
it
Zoom.
won't be very long.
The Zoom could be temporary. It shouldn't be more than a couple weeks max, but Zoom podcasts are normal. But today we have a nice slate of topics here.
We sure do, Cotton.
NFL's pretty dead right now, I'm not going to lie. NFL's pretty dead. You're not hearing news every day, and if you are, it's more of like fucking...
Who's holding out of camp?
Joe
Burrow. Got a new haircut. It's honestly been the biggest buzz.
Some fresh cuts from some players. But our first topic today, we're starting the NBA today.
We sure are.
What if NBA like
moments.
Mock-ups, moments, trades, free agency
What
signings.
if this player went there? What if this trade happened? What if... Just stuff. You get the memo,
Stuff like what ifs if it's going to be big things that could have happened that could change the landscape. And we're going to be like giving our thoughts on those. And then we have some backlash on our Knicks TikTok saying that we thought they were overrated.
Holy shit.
So we're going to respond to some of the comments.
It's honestly online bullying.
With our receipts.
Actually, I'm going to add...
They told us to delete our podcast.
They told us to delete it?
They said, you guys are casuals, delete your podcast.
You're a fucking Knicks fan.
I said, go fuck yourself. I'm not deleting shit. I turned off the comments too because I was like, I'm not hearing more about this. Any publicity is good publicity. We're coming back with receipts.
So honestly, you guys do us a favor.
We're coming back with receipts. And then we're going into our top 10 NBA players currently in the NBA. We promised that last episode. So watch that today because it's going to be uploaded today. This will be uploaded a week from today. And then going over to the NFL side of things, we have the camp news, like holdouts and like just our thoughts on it. Some other stuff, like some people retired kind of randomly, and sort of our camp thoughts, really.
Yeah.
Like what we think is going to happen.
That's the biggest NFL news really right now.
And then we have our top 10 NFL running backs. We're going to do a little, probably one of these every episode or two. Just throw out some rankings to fill out some NFL void, because right now there's some void. Once the season starts, we'll be talking mostly about
kind of what we used to do,
our
like weekly recap.
Yep.
Obviously talk about our two teams. Unless we had a bye.
We'll be pretty jam-packed in the NFL in a month or two.
And the NFL and the NBA they overlap with each other.
They do.
So that's a good part.
And then we have trivia. I think we have some good trivias. The grids are going to be there. And we have one that we'll tell you about when we get there. I think this trivia should be pretty solid. Yeah. We're starting with our NBA what-ifs. This is according to Bleacher Report. We're starting in the year of 2000 because like...
I got personally my own 5 that I have. I don't know. They could be on there, but...
They could be. I looked at the list. There was like, what if Bill Russell didn't get traded? Like, come on, I'm not hearing that. There's 11 teams. There's 11 teams in the league. We're starting in 2000, and it is what if Tim Duncan signed with the Orlando Magic? Little background story, real quick. He hit NBA free agency for the first time in his career in 2000. He already had won a title and MVP with the Spurs. There was some traction toward his departure. I remember there was some beef. I ever hear about some beef they had with the Spurs. And Magic were heavily pursuing him.
I think Doc Rivers was the coach at the time.
And T-Mac. T-Mac was a big
Grant Hill was there.
To that. But if he went to the Magic in 2000, that means LeBron would never have played them in the finals.
Well, I don't know. He probably would have played some other good team.
LeBron wouldn't have played the Spurs in the early 2010s, like 2013.
It was 2007 is what it was. Oh, and then
11, 13, 14, right?
It was 13, 14. 12 he played the Thunder.
12, yeah, you're right. It was Mavericks, Thunder, Spurs.
Yeah.
And then there was also the early Cav one. I was not even thinking about.
That was 07.
The 07 Cavs. odds are Braun probably has trouble there anyways, but
That team had no business being in the finals.
that was the super team of the
But my
Spurs.
glorious Chocolate King.
T-Mac, if he goes to the East in the early 2000s.
Oh, the thing is, T-Mac or Grant Hill could have left. Maybe T-Mac didn't go down with those injuries, having to carry the
maybe he
Magic
never
for
went to
those years.
Houston.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe he stays in Orlando with Tim Duncan. That's probably a better driving factor than Yao Ming.
Yeah, injured Yao Ming too.
Injured Yao Ming.
I don't think they ever played a full season healthy together.
Like,
No, in fact, they definitely
he's
didn't.
not even arguably the best power forward of all time. Can't even argue.
You can't.
He's the best power forward of all
People
time.
say he's a center. He's a power forward.
I'll hear out Dirk, but he didn't win fucking 5 chips.
And
He
I
doesn't
get
have
it.
5.
Dirk didn't have like that kind of team.
He had a good team. I don't care what anybody says. But there's a lot of ripple effect there. Imagine he goes to Orlando. In the early 2000s, we're talking.
Well, if Tim Duncan, if he went to Orlando, I don't think he would have been regarded as the best power forward of all time.
Unless he had success.
Do you see? But do you
don't
see
think
the
they had success? You don't think it would have had success?
no
Like that?
LeBron in that damn conference?
I don't. Okay, maybe in the early 2000s they could have had some success. Like when this
It was
was
2000. All right, so LeBron got drafted in 03, so maybe
Could
3
they have
years.
beat the 04 Pistons, who were the only one of the only championship teams without a superstar on the team? Bunch of star role
That'd be
players.
a good matchup.
I think they could easily win that. The
Yeah,
Pistons.
they have a bad
The
matchup.
Pistons beat Kobe and Shaq, but like that was very unexpected. Honestly, a very tarnished legacy over there. Kobe losing to fucking the Pistons. I'm a Pistons fan, but should have lost the Pistons. You should not have lost the Pistons in 04. And then, who are those top teams in the early 2000s in the East?
In the East, wasn't the Celtics? That was before Paul Pierce.
Yeah,
The Nets? No, not the Nets.
and that's where like Vince Carter. No, he wasn't there yet. Just quick Google search.
It wasn't the Cavs. Got the fucking number 1 overall pick. I want to say the Celtics, but I think that's wrong.
Fuck.
Oh,
It's the Pacers.
yeah, Reggie Miller's still there.
Reggie Miller.
Jermaine O'Neal.
I don't know if Jermaine O'Neal is there yet. He might have still been in Portland. Miami, Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway. Is
Yeah.
that even that timeline?
They had to be old
They had to
because they
be
had the
older.
5th overall pick. I don't know if they had a
The
trade.
Knicks. Allen Houston.
Was it an old ass Patrick Ewing?
No, I don't even think Patrick was there. Moral of the story is this, and the Magic were the 9 seed in 2000. If you add Tim Duncan to the 9 seed Magic,
Okay, they might have had some.
they might have had some success.
So you
This
know,
was like very close to happening.
yeah,
Like,
Tim
this
Duncan.
was very close.
Tim
to
Duncan
happening.
was 1 3-pointer away from being 6-0 in the finals.
Yeah, this was
Yeah, so you Jordan fans, that's
The
6-0.
Michael
That's
Red
6-0
Bucks.
argument.
the Raptors in 06. That would have been like Vince. Not
Wait, that was
06,
2000. I was about to
2000 Raptors. Is that like Hakeem's last few years?
Oh my gosh.
Like the
I
Hornets?
forgot he played.
Who the fuck's on the
Fuck was on the
Hornets in
Hornets?
2000? This is not a good team. Like, that's a current day.
All right, when people say LeBron played in a
The
week,
East could have been a lot worse. LeBron, 3 years from now, is taking the 11 seed Cavs pretty far in the playoffs.
well, they were a pretty shitty team.
They, so that's a big one.
'Cause
Imagine Timmy D to the Magic, brother.
He might have actually. I don't know. He might have had a better career.
He might have been better over there, especially in the early 2000s. Like, I don't see a team they couldn't walk through with the best power forward of all time. T-Mac's one of the best scorers of all time. Probably top 10, not even arguably, scorer
in terms of
basketball.
pure talent, scoring
He
the
was
basketball.
a pure
And
scorer.
Grant Hill was solid too.
Yeah, and he was seen as one of the best. He was like not as high as LeBron, but he was seen as nuts out of high school. And then he had some injuries that really fucked him over.
Yeah.
He's a former Piston too, not Piston. Oh yes, he was a Piston.
I
Grant
was
Hill
about
was a
to
Piston.
say he was a Piston.
I was confusing blue teams. He played for a lot of blue teams. I remember Grant Hill. I pulled his, and like when he played for the Suns, I pulled his his basketball card.
And my
And I was like,
my team.
No, like real life.
Oh,
I had a Grant Hill Phoenix Suns card, and I was like, whoa, Grant Hill.
I didn't know he played for the Suns.
And then would that even have been? Was Penny still there in 2000?
Oh shit!
Could Penny have
That
still
would have
been
been
there?
a fucking super team.
I don't even know if Penny was there. Shaq was with Penny in '93.
Oh, never
so
mind.
Penny probably wasn't there anymore. Quick.
I was about to say, no way they could afford all those guys.
Well, back then, maybe. The fucking highest paid player in the league was making 15 mil.
Yeah, but the salary cap was also way lower.
Let's quickly
What
look.
was Penny's last year?
He was in Phoenix by then.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I can just quickly look up the 2000s Magic. 2000, 2001 Magic.
A lot of research here, fellas.
What's the roster?
Probably should have done our homework on this one.
We're looking at Grant Hill, T-Mac, Scrubs, Monty Williams.
Ah!
Grant Hill, T-Mac, Tim Duncan.
So they needed Timmy D.
Maybe some of these guys are good role players in their time. I couldn't tell you. I wasn't alive.
We'll get to the definition of role player
Yeah, we'll get there.
in a future
Well, I don't
topic.
hate that saying that they couldn't have won.
Knowing how weak that East was,
Yeah. They could have fucked around and won.
and I know it's a little hypocritical come from a LeBron fan. I get it. This is before LeBron's time, so
I don't hate saying they could have won a chip or two over there
well, I could have.
in that conference. But the next one, and they were down with 2003.
The infamous
What
one.
If
What if
my
your
shitty-ass
Detroit
Pistons drafted Carmelo instead of Darko Milicic? Imagine, dude. They won the championship.
the year later,
The
yeah.
year later, they drafted Darko. They won a championship.
Darko
without a
had
superstar.
nothing to do with that.
Carmelo
Melo
is a superstar.
would have been your superstar.
He would have been the. Oh my god!
And Melo would have had a
imagine,
ring.
Dude. Imagine Melo would have a ring, which he's a ringless Hall of Famer. That's probably a fact. Oh my god, he would have loved the city of Detroit. He would have loved it. They would have absorbed him.
Wait, but the thing was, would he be as good? Because the difference is, when he came into Denver, he was already looked at as the number one. There, I don't think he would have been looked at better than Chauncey
or Rip, right
or
off the
Rip.
bat.
No.
But like,
So I think that kind of maybe would have slowed his development a little bit.
Rip was a very good scorer, but he was also like a 3-and-D guy.
Defender, yeah.
He wasn't seen as just this bucket. He could get himself a bucket, and he was a good bucket getter, but he wasn't like at top echelon of like scores. I think he comes in, and in a year or two, like in real life, he becomes instantly the most talented scorer on the team.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at a starting five. Honestly, a 6-man or 7-man rotation. We're looking at Chauncey,
Rip, Melo,
Tayshaun Prince, who is an All-NBA defender, just FYI.
and
Rasheed Wallace, too.
Ben Wallace.
Whoever you want to put at power forward. Rasheed Wallace or Tayshaun Prince, All-NBA defenders. And then Ben Wallace.
Who's a multiple-time D-boy. I think 3.
And he's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year.
I think he went
On the wall. It's Big Ben right there.
3 straight years?
That's a super team. And, like, Chauncey had a late prime, too. Unexpected prime. So he wasn't making much money. Shout out to Chauncey, coaching the
He kind of had a
Trailblazers.
little renaissance on the Nuggets, too, with AI. They kind of like weird, like old backcourt, but like
yeah.
it was low-key
But
kind of
instead
dirty.
we drafted this Darko. I think he's Serbian. I think Darko's
Not a
Serbian.
big fan of the Serbians.
We drafted Jokic before Jokic.
Okay, I don't think he...
No, he
Play
wasn't.
style
He
like
wasn't the
Jokic.
side play style of Jokic, but we drafted Serbian center, number 2 overall.
I think even then, I don't think
We drafted him over D Wade.
I don't
and
think-
Bosh.
I don't think Darko was looked at like that, though. That's the thing. It's almost like
I wasn't alive.
It's almost like an Anthony Bennett like reaction. Whoa, like kind of that.
Was Darko seen? Was he like? I wasn't.
I think he had an
wasn't alive
injury.
yet. LeBron was obvious,
He was obvious number one.
and then was Darko like a shocker?
I think. I don't know.
He had to be because Carmelo was seen as a demon. Won national championship.
D Wade, Bosh.
D
they
Wade
were-
and Marquette was.
I don't
seen
know
as
if-
really good.
The thing is, like, if it was a shocker, it'd probably been like an infant's reaction. But like that draft class is like arguably the best ever.
It's definitely the
I'm
biggest
gonna
fumble.
say it is.
Biggest fumble of all time. Even if they went D Wade, you could easily slide Rip
Dude,
to
what
the
sucks
2.
is those top 5 picks. 4 of them are Hall of Famers. Well, maybe Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh is a Hall of Famer.
Chris Bosh is on the threshold.
At least a Heat Hall of Famer.
But and then you have Darko.
It's
Not
just
even like a slight drop off, like an all-star.
absolute bust.
This guy sucked ass.
He didn't even get. I don't really think he had any opportunities. Like he was never ever playing for this team.
And you guys didn't even need a center. That's the biggest thing.
We didn't. Maybe
You
he
guys
could play
had-
the
I mean,
4.
I guess the only thing is like Ben Wallace was a shorter dude, so like
Well, also maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't know the Pistons were a championship caliber team before we drafted them. They had the
I mean,
second
true.
overall pick. Maybe they weren't seen as, this team that could next year be an NBA title contender. So they were just going best available. Maybe that was the play.
well, that was not
It really fucking backfired.
not a good play.
And I really think
I don't know if
the
Dark
Pistons would have been in.
Darko looked.
I don't know
at
if the Pistons win more championships, but like
yeah, we weren't alive then, so I don't know how
they would
Darko
be-
was looked at.
They would be infinitely better than they were then. After they won the championship and then kind of just disappeared. And the House and the Palace happened. Like there wasn't much after that, but.
They've kind of been like,
Honestly, just one of the biggest draft blunders.
I don't want to say irrelevant, but they haven't really.
All right, go fuck yourself. Ooh. our boy.
I have
This
one
is
about
when,
LeBron, but it's not that one.
This is when he went to Miami. If he didn't go to Miami, he went to the Knicks. And I think the consensus was he was bringing some with him, too. Like, it wouldn't be just him. It would be Dwayne Wade also going to the Knicks.
I have one. Well, since we're already on that topic, I have one as well.
Go for it.
And this one actually legitimately happened. Like LeBron and D-Wade both admitted they had this talk of what if they both went to Chicago.
Yeah.
With the young Derrick Rose, the Bulls had 2 Supermaxes available. It would have been this was before MVP Derrick Rose, the first year that big three was together. So obviously Derrick Rose was winning the MVP. But that is a hell of a. Right? That would have been. It would have been his second going his third year.
Yeah.
Because he was drafted in 09 or 08. One of the 2 years. Anyways, the year before his MVP year.
Uh-huh.
So, a starting 5 of Derrick Rose, D-Wade, LeBron, Taj Gibson, Luol Deng,
Joakim Noah, who was
Joakim
deep boy candidate.
Yeah.
He has one, doesn't he?
Pretty
sure he has one.
I don't know.
I think he has one. Joakim Noah. I'm pretty sure he's got one. Or at least he was in the conversations.
I know he definitely was.
2013-14 Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, well, there you go.
All in 2013-14 All-NBA, 2-time All-Star. He was like the Ben Wallace, not nearly as good, but like he was a no-bag, pure defense, rim protector.
Yeah, you seen that guy shoot a jumper?
Not great.
It's pretty ugly.
Yeah, pretty bad.
But anyways, that is... But then again, that's also a lot of mouths to feed on offense.
I'm glad he went to Miami.
Yeah.
He got 2 rings, should have 3-peated. I mean, the Maverick series was a blunder in his career.
We don't talk about that.
We don't bring that up over here.
I honestly say good shit in Dallas.
Yeah, it was their first year. LeBron had a lot of expectations. They just kind of folded, but then they fucking bounced back. They sure did. Won back to back. It's pretty nice. And they shit on the young KD Thunder team.
They shit on what's like one of the best young big threes ever.
Yeah.
And honestly, 2014 wasn't his fault. Go look up the stats. Dwayne Wade. And we talk about...
They gave Kawhi an MVP for holding the 35 points.
Yeah, sorry, LeBron didn't average 40. I mean, fuck. He averaged 28, 8, and 5. That's what he averaged in those finals. The reason why he only averaged 5 assists is by Dwayne Wade. Oh,
shit the bed.
My ankles hurt.
Dwayne was also getting towards the end.
Yeah. After that year, I think LeBron obviously left, went back to Cleveland. I think maybe
Wade was
D-Wade
there for a year or two
maybe
more.
won, then went to Chicago. That weird stone went to Chicago. And then, geez, Louise.
They went back to the Heat.
You're welcome. LeBron traded you back to fucking Miami. And Chris Bosh, I can't tell you how many games this guy pulled a Dennis Rodman. 0 points, a lot of rebounds.
Chris Bosh was starting to deal with health issues too. Like
he had blood clots.
The blood clots.
That was after that finals, though.
It was, but maybe there was some carryover there. There was just a lot going on, and it really fucked up the. And what was it? 6-game series.
5 and 14.
14, 5 and 4-1. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Spurs. What if Timmy D wasn't there? What if he went to Orlando?
No, he still had MVP Kawhi.
Fucking people.
And one thing I want to say about the 2011 finals, don't be wrong. LeBron and the Heat should have won. They should have. But if you look, take the big three away. I know it's 3 players or whatever. But if you look at their role players, which by the way, we'll still get into those role players later, that roster was complete dog shit.
LeBron played bad. I don't disagree. 70 points per game is not ideal. It is really not ideal. But, Dirk was ridiculous in the finals.
Jason Terry was hitting
had
some
a Jamal Murray
shots.
moment. That's really what he did. He had a Jamal Murray moment where he just took over and was nuts. And Jason Kidd was older, but still one of the best passers in the league to run your offense.
He ran the offense well.
Michael Finley, underrated cat.
Tyson Chandler, D-Boy,
Sean Marion. Tyson Chandler's a defensive player. I think he won defensive player there too.
That was the year after.
With the Knicks?
Yeah.
They had a deep team. It was almost like if the Pistons had a fucking superstar in Dirk.
Yeah.
No one brings up Kobe's loss. R.I.P. But no one brings it up. The LeBron loses to fucking 2011, end of the world. And Chris Bosh also wasn't the same. Chris Bosh in Toronto versus Miami was different.
Sucked ass.
Chris Bosh in Toronto versus Miami is
we talked about overrated players last. I think Chris Bosh in Miami Heat is so fucking overrated.
I think he's overrated, but I think he kind of had to take a backseat role. But
because
like,
he wasn't as good as LeBron. Or
if you watch
D-Wade.
LeBron's podcast, which is, I mean, it doesn't exist anymore because him and JJ Redick are on the same fucking team, coaching fucking
mind
player.
the game.
Maybe they'll come back eventually, but they talked about how Chris Bosh had to like. They had fucking Eric Spoelstra talked about the spread offense with Chip Kelly, and they fucking
Yeah, I did see that and say like Chris Bosh should become like a
Chris
stretch
Bosh
five.
had to move out of the paint so that the Heat could work, and that because that was another big thing that didn't work in year one for the Heat was Chris Bosh wasn't a shooter like that yet. He wasn't, but then once they got worked out for the better. But LeBron going to the Knicks or to the Bulls,
Well, the thing is, if he went to the Knicks, would Melo go with him? That's the thing.
I think
Because
the
that
Knicks
was the
traded, I'm pretty
same-
sure the Knicks got traded for Melo.
But if they got LeBron, would they trade for Melo?
Well, they'd have Dwayne.
Probably
Wade, too.
not.
I don't think he was going alone. I think he was bringing Dwayne or Melo.
That'd have been good. Who's on the Knicks? I mean, it looks like Amari Stoudemire.
Jeremy Lin.
Oh God, Linsanity would have happened because LeBron and
Melo
D-Wade.
might have already been there, low key. When did Melo get to New York?
I think it was 2010, but like,
Was it like
was it during that
trade.
free agency period or no?
2010. No, he was still in Denver until the 20. He got traded 2010 season.
2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the same year LeBron went
So
to.
LeBron would have already
Miami.
been there. They would have had to have
So
signed LeBron, then traded for Melo.
yeah, so Melo probably good chance he doesn't go to New York.
Mm-hmm. They would have had to
So
bring
he stays
Dwayne.
in Denver.
They brought D-Wade. I've also seen low-key Chris Paul.
I wouldn't have hated that.
We'll get more into Chris Paul, too, because he's on the list.
Yeah, that's probably the first one. That's first. That's probably next, honestly,
Yeah.
because that was in 2011, 2012. So it matches up. Holy shit!
I'd love to see it.
What a fucking
But Melo wouldn't have been there. It probably would have been D-Wade.
We'll just assume D-Wade.
D-Wade or Chris
Because
Paul.
LeBron and D-Wade were going to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they would have made their same.
I feel like it was going to
Free
be LeBron
decision
and D-Wade
together.
regardless.
That's at least, I'm saying 2 championships.
And in the East, what we saw,
They still
had
would've been
a
in the
pretty free path. It really just depended who they fought in the finals. Who they got in the finals.
Yeah.
Which would have
Which
been,
I'm assuming it probably would have been this. I don't know if it wouldn't have
Spurs?
changed anything in the West.
I mean,
Melo was still the Nuggets,
Yeah.
but like, not like they were a championship
Yeah.
contender like that, though.
I agree. They didn't even have, I don't think they had AI anymore. Like it was done. He was all done in Denver. But the next one is we just talked about. What if David Stern didn't veto the Chris Paul trade? This would have been in 2011, so either 10, 11, 12, 11, 12 season.
This would have been.
the year LeBron
Well,
went to Miami.
We'll assume it was. I'm just gonna assume.
Let's just assume it's the same year as Braun left.
Yeah,
Or the year.
So-
I know. Let's just assume.
it's the year after and they faced
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Thunder.
yeah.
11, 12.
'Cause that was 2010. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna assume
Let's
it's.
say it's
we're gonna
11,
assume it's
12.
LeBron's second year going to Miami.
Maybe
They wouldn't have gotten Steve Nash, old Steve Nash, so that
He
experiment
sucked
would have
anyways,
failed.
though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't have had to do that if they had Chris Paul.
Would they have done the?
They didn't have a true point
Would
guard.
they
so
have done the Dwight? When did Dwight go there? That was around that time frame.
2012, 2013?
Would they have even tried the Dwight thing?
That failed too.
That failed drastically.
Well, he did have like back surgery before that. So I guess like when he went to Lakers the first time, like
I haven't looked into this too much because like they say it
I
vetoed.
don't know. Like
Was it like truly vetoed? Like it was?
well, no,
through and
Powell would
then-
have left. They wouldn't have had Powell. Powell would have went to the Rockets. Lamar Odom would have went to the no. Lamar
LA.
Odom.
He's
All
in
I know
Lakers.
is Lamar Odom would have left.
Miami. He went to Miami. He
Lamar
was in
Odom.
Miami at some point.
That had to be before or after.
I think he was in Miami with Shaq and Dwayne Wade.
Oh yeah, that was before this then.
This
so
is
Lamar Odom would have left. I think Andrew Bynum was part of that trade too. I think Lakers would get him a lot for Chris Paul.
Chris Paul was very good.
He
This
was.
is prime. You think?
But the thing
Clippers,
is, if
Chris
they're getting
Paul's
rid of
good.
all of that, is Kobe and Chris Paul going to win a ring?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But the question really is like, are they competing with the Spurs?
Let me just look at the full trade details because there was a lot of players
It might
in
be
that.
on here. LA was coming off a sweep at the hands of the eventual champion Mavericks. Even though it didn't go, Kobe was still an All-Star. A couple more All-Star years.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the
Can't really
Lakers
say it.
would have got Chris Paul. That's all they're getting.
All right.
The Rockets would have got Pau Gasol. And the Hornets would have got Lamar Odom, Louis Scala, Kevin Martin, Goran Dragic, and the 2012 first-round pick from the Rockets.
Not a bad haul, actually. Goran Dragic turned out pretty solid.
Yeah. So, honestly, that could have worked out for the Hornets. Lamar Odom was a solid player, even still then. So, okay, they still had Bynum. Bynum wasn't a game changer.
He had a short time where he was seen as maybe he could have been something good.
But they lose Pau Gasol, so now your duo is just Kobe and...
And this team had just got swept by the Mavericks.
Oh, yeah. I
They
forgot.
just got swept by Dallas.
And that year, they got swept by the Thunder. Kobe got swept 2 years in a row? And we don't fucking talk about it?
It's because he's RIP'd. We don't make fun of the dead.
Even before. We never talked about that.
I don't know, man.
What
It's
is this
just-
bullshit?
Kobe's a dude.
In his prime, swept 2 years in a row?
He had the dog mentality.
I don't give a fuck. It didn't work.
He shot them free throws and torn Achilles.
Good for him.
I do.
They probably
I do
lost that
think-
game too.
I don't know if Chris Paul wasn't ball dominant. He didn't have to have the basketball. At this time, he was still putting up like very good numbers in terms of points, but like he could have taken a backseat role to get.
He
not
would have had
backseat,
to for Kobe.
He would have definitely took a second role, a backup role, a backed up role, backseat role to Kobe, and averaged. He's a 10+ assist guy, but they would have had not much help. And when a team like Dallas shows up,
And Kobe wasn't like a spot-up shooter
who's
like that.
Who's
so
guarding
like,
Dirk? They had a lot.
Pau Gasol would have guarded Dirk. He's gone.
Maybe
Ron Artest? Come on.
I really don't know.
Andrew Bynum? Come on.
I think it would have been a good team,
I don't think it changed anything.
a contender, but I think who was really doing it with a guard duo, like ever, with just two dominant guards? I don't think there really has been one.
I feel like we're forgetting one. In the comments, they're going to like...
Maybe the Warriors, like Curry and Clay.
Oh, okay. Well,
if you want to say that, like no, not really though. Like
Kevin Durant.
kind of a well, Draymond was also the point guard, damn near.
He was the best facilitator on the team. We'll die on that hill.
I can't even really think of one on the top of my head. Pippen and Jordan were not guard. Pippen wasn't a guard. He's
Pippen
fucking
was a
forward.
forward, and he's 6'.
Jordan's arguably a forward too. He played guard, but he's 6'6".
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been hard. And Chris Paul was also a very good defender this time too. Like,
He was an all defensive probably damn near every year.
a lot of steals going on over here for Chris Paul. Very good team. I don't know if they get rings though.
I don't think they do either. It's
Yeah.
a pretty long fucking segment.
We're gonna go over to quickly our top 10 NBA players in the league, starting at 10. And then we're not gonna spend too much time on the lower ones. We're just gonna go kind of back and forth with some small explanation. I will start it off. At 10, I have a 5-way tie. I really couldn't pick.
Okay.
We have Joel Embiid.
Shit.
We have
You have Joel Embiid?
at 10.
Fuck. All
Kawhi
right.
Leonard,
Okay.
D-Book, Kyrie, and Anthony Edwards. Those are all whoever you want. Pick the litter. I honestly don't care. Who's at 10?
My number 10 is that fat bitch, Nikola Jokic.
I wanted to, but like, as much as I hate the fucking guy, as much as he just makes me mad watching him play basketball,
He's talented.
it's annoying how stupid.
He's a
and
top 10. Hey, he's a top 10 basketball player.
top 10 player in the world. I have
He's 10.
he's higher in mine, but I hate him for like as much as we don't like him.
He's
I honestly
so
don't hate him.
overrated. His passes are overrated. His defense is fucking inexistent.
Yeah.
His offense is putbacks and the occasional Larry Bird.
He has like the stupidest shooting form in the world. The first time they played the Lakers in the conference finals, it was genuinely pissing me off. All the dumb shit he was doing.
He literally
Accidentally.
he was trying out for Dude Perfect.
I know, like you can't. You could say there's skill based involved, but come the fuck on.
No, you can't.
40
I
footers,
refuse.
fucking fadeaway over the best defensive player in the world. Come on. He just threw the fucker up at the end of the shot clock.
Oh
Like,
shit!
I don't hate that. I should honestly went lower. My number 9 is Kevin Durant at 9.
Holy shit! Okay.
KD.
Shit.
Who's at your 9?
I have Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
I think Kawhi Leonard.
So we're similar on Kawhi. 9, 10.
I mean, he's a little lower for me because he hasn't played, but like when he plays,
It's damn good.
he's a great scorer. He's arguably one of the best defenders in basketball.
I don't
He's
know
all
personally.
around.
I don't know personally. I feel like his want isn't in basketball anymore. It really
It's
does.
not.
He's very injury prone,
You know, I'll give him credit. He wanted to play for his country,
but he's really just watching.
but not
him
for
play
the
basketball.
Clippers.
It doesn't even look like he wants to be out there. It doesn't seem like he wants to be there, and it's hard to watch because he's really good when he's playing, and maybe he's just good at hiding it because he's an odd character.
Shit, yeah, our top 10s are a lot different.
I
I
had
did not
KD
think you'd
9.
have KD 9.
Who's your 8?
I have Jason Tatum.
I
At
have
8.
Stephen Curry at
Okay,
8.
I don't hate that.
I have Curry lower. I don't think there's
I have
a
Tatum this
drastic-
low because he's a little inconsistent. That's like his biggest thing. He's a little too inconsistent for
We'll get
my
there.
liking.
We'll get there.
He's a great player. But
I love
no,
Tatum. I really do.
I like him. He's
I have
fine.
Curry lower just because he had a bad team last year. But if you look at his second half of the season, he averaged like 22 a game,
I will say number 7 for me is Steph Curry.
and he kind of struggled. You know, he has the 2022 ring.
That's when they won.
2022 ring against the Celtics.
We want to talk about a bubble championship.
I mean,
That's it right there. Let's go through who he played.
How old was Tatum in 22? Like 2 years ago, how old was Tatum? He's
20.
27 now.
5.
25-year-old
25,
Tatum,
24.
26-year-old Jaylen Brown. This is pre-Derek White, Kristaps, Drew Holiday. Even like,
Yeah.
come on, this team is not
Peyton
nearly as
Pritchard, I
good.
think, was the starting
Deep point
five.
Marcus Smart.
Oh, God.
Get the fuck out of here,
Mr.
bro.
Flop himself.
It was not nearly as good as a team, and Tatum really struggled. They just double teamed and triple teamed him. It really just came to our experience. They're way too young. There was no way they were going to win that.
Tatum didn't understand like how to get through double teams yet.
He still
And
didn't know how to play make out of the
And
doubles.
you could tell in this finals he's learned from that
Yes.
experience.
He sure has. But I have Curry lower just because like I think there's an argument for him and Kyrie. To be honest, I love Kyrie.
You're a big Kyrie guy.
I love Kyrie Irving. But I have he had my 10 spot just because he played bad in finals. Very bad.
Did not have a good finals.
But Curry's my 8. My 7 is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 7.
I'll tell you right now, he's not on my list.
He didn't make your top 10.
Nope.
Wow.
I don't like Shea.
I don't like Shea, but I think he was the 1 seed in the West. And I feel like I don't watch a lot of
I will
Thunder
say he's like
basketball.
11th for me. I thought about putting him, but I was like,
I don't
I
watch-
have to put Jokic.
I don't watch a lot of Thunder basketball, but I feel like when I tune in at the end of the game, this motherfucker just is taking over the game. Like, it's just easy mid-range, like double move, money, like every time. And he's a very good defender.
We get a lot of hate for this
30
list.
point per game score. Like, I mean, we've talked about this. Two-way superstars are the best players in basketball.
Mhm.
Jokic, you can't be the best players in basketball if you can't guard anybody. Sorry. Your offensive output keeps you on this list because you're just like, come on.
You're 10th on mine.
You're 10th for him. But I got Shea at 7.
At 6, I have Joel Embiid.
Who's your 7? Curry?
Yeah, it was great.
6 is Embiid.
Yeah.
Embiid's USA basketball is really throwing
I
me
had
off.
Embiid higher if I didn't watch and play Team USA basketball. Now, I'm going to defend him a second. Past game against Germany, solid game out of you. But, it could have been because Anthony Davis got in some, foul trouble.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr had to rely on you more. But, you played good, and that's all I ask out of you.
I don't
you
want
look
to see
like
him in
you-
that starting 5.
You look like you finally know how to play some international basketball.
I don't want to see him
And
in that
thank
starting
God, because you play that fat bitch on Sunday.
5. My reason for Embiid in the 10th conversation for me, if free throws weren't a thing, Jesus Christ, he'd average 12 points a game.
I'm kind of like that with Shea. I know Shea
injury-prone
takes over games,
motherfucker.
but he does take a lot of free
He
throws.
does. But Embiid's on a different level of free throws.
It's
he's
like
Harden
prime
level.
James Harden.
Prime Harden free
It's the
throws.
fucking 2019
His
50
70
point a month.
His
Rockets
70-point
guy.
game, I think he had like 30. Like, it was crazy.
It
It was
a
up
lot.
there. Shit ton of free throws.
Even in Team USA, he was trying to draw fouls against Serbia.
Like, oh my god. He's a 3-level scorer. He can shoot the 3 well, shoot the mid-range well. But he's a good defender by default, I feel like. He's a solid defender. Nothing special, but he's just a big guy. He's athletic. And he's 7
He's 7 foot tall, athletic.
But I let him off, honestly.
He's a 7 foot that
driving
can actually
factors.
block shots. Unlike
Playing
some
very
people.
terribly with the best players in the world right now. He's playing like he shouldn't be in the starting lineup.
He
2.
shouldn't. He definitely shouldn't.
Free throw merchant. 3, the motherfucker can't win anything ever.
He has never been to a conference
He
finals.
can't win a damn thing. And I know Shea hasn't either, but Shea's 24. Like, give him a break. Embiid's damn near 30 at this point, and he can't win a damn thing. And you could argue he should have.
He said he could be the greatest of all time if it wasn't for injuries.
Fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out.
He also, I want to talk about this because I think this is even bigger bullshit. Just shaded Team USA.
Yeah, dude.
He
like,
said
he's a
Team
fucking
USA
asshole.
isn't as good as they are on paper. They have a lot of old guys who have built up their reputation, like LeBron. For starters, LeBron James has been the undeniably best player on that Team USA basketball.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there when we talk about it.
My
Number 1.
6 is Giannis.
Okay,
I have Giannis at 6.
I have Giannis at 5.
This is kind of a new in 2021, probably number 1. When they win the finals, he's probably number 1.
I refuse.
But
I'll say number 2.
the injuries are starting to pile up. He really has trouble scoring outside of 15 feet. If it's not a dunk, layup, or easy
If
push
a team
shot,
knows how to like lock the paint out from him,
they don't guard him outside the free throw line.
and motherfucker, he is a terrible free throw shooter.
Can't
This
shoot
dude,
free throws.
dead ass, almost gets hack-a-shack treatment.
Yeah,
Late in games,
he gets to stay in the top 6 purely because he's again
one of the best defenders in the league.
One of the best defenders. When he's in the paint, he doesn't miss, and he's a 30-point per game scorer.
The thing is,
very good.
He could just be a good defender just because of his size.
But he's been these last 2 years. He's been exposed.
He kind of
They're letting you shoot threes. You got to eventually learn how to shoot them.
When they're sagging off, you got an issue.
You got an issue, and then they're just as soon as he comes in the paint, they just pounce. And he's a solid playmaker. I think he averaged like career high last year, like 6 or 7. Like he's getting up there, but like a lot of it's drive-in kickouts. Nothing like crazy. Like oh my god,
half the time he doesn't make like the right play.
Yeah. But saving him's that defense. He's a big ass.
Giannis is 5 for me.
Giannis is 5th for you?
Yeah.
My 5th is Tatum.
Okay.
I'm tired of this shit. Tired of this
shit, Grandpa.
27 point per game scorer. Damn near average a triple double. I think it's like 27, 7, and 8 or something like that. He's putting up prime Braun numbers over here
That is LeBron
on the best team in the league. 65 wins. The robbery of the century in the finals. It's fucking sanity.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
There's zero reason Jaylen Brown, and I know Jaylen Brown probably thinks he's shit, don't stink. Oh my god, he probably thinks he's the fucking supposed to be on this list. Not even a thought. Not even a fucking.
Yeah,
let me tell you how much I thought about Jaylen Brown. Not a sentence came through my fucking brain about Jaylen Brown in my top
And the
10.
thing is, when Kawhi was bounced out of Team USA and Derek White, he tweeted like the eyes
He's hating on his
that's
teammate.
your fucking teammate.
Like, and he just got paid, and Derek White elevated them to being a finals team. Like if Derek White's not there, they don't win.
That's an All NBA defensive team right there.
He's fucking.
That's a guy you can put on Luka. That's a guy you can put on Kyrie.
16 a game. Like he's their third
And
option.
he was good in the finals too.
He was.
He was streaky.
He wasn't shooting.
Speaking
free
of
throw
Luka,
very well.
he's my 4th.
I'm higher on. I have Jokic at 4.
Oh God,
I can't. I hate it.
I refused.
But he's their team's just it makes me so mad. I hope they take a drastic decline and I can change this.
They
list.
got Westbrook.
But his offensive
Please,
impact
Westbrook.
alone.
Please, Toners.
Not that he's this amazing basketball player on offense, but just like the way he's schemed up. He's like he might be the best screener in the NBA.
He's got a lot of moving screens that they don't call.
This motherfucker
It could be because he's got that
has
big
never
ass.
been blown for a moving screen in my life.
I've never seen
He
it.
does it every time. Hands the ball to Jamal, rolls, moves the whole time.
And
never a whistle.
I hate him so much because he gets the Michael Jordan treatment.
He does.
He makes a pass that my 13-year-old brother can make. Oh my God! What a pass!
We'll be sitting there like, oh fuck, he's wide open. They make it, and he's like, Nikola Jokic, everybody. What vision? I said, I saw it, and I'm sitting right fucking here. I should be out there if that's the plan. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'll do it. Hey.
But I have him at 4 purely because he's won a championship. He was good in the championship, and he's really never had a bad season since he's took over. He's had bad games. He didn't play great in this series against the Lakers. The Lakers it was Braun and AD. That was
He
it.
shot inefficient.
If Braun and AD didn't score,
If
it was
you're
nobody.
not shooting at least up 50% as a center,
He's a center who was shooting
come
under
on.
50%. And a lot of his, I can't. We've already done it too many times. I can't. I have him at 4,
we'll be here all day.
purely off of respect. Who's your 3?
I have Kevin Durant.
I love Kevin.
I like KD, and don't get me wrong, the injuries, they have to knock
Yeah.
you down, but like, this dude is arguably the best pure scorer of all time.
My argument for KD outside is I don't think KD can win a game by himself. I really don't.
I don't know. Sometimes that guy just doesn't miss.
But he doesn't. But like,
And
he's
low-key
not a good
kinda-
defender. He can't play no D.
He's not the best defender, but with his size, if he gets
Default, yeah.
beat, he can make up for it.
Default. He can make plays. He can't stay healthy. He's 35, and he's not LeBron James.
True.
There's arguments at points in this season that Devin Booker was the best player on the Suns.
I don't know. I don't like
And
two
there's-
books. That's maybe why.
And in the playoffs, he was not good this year. KD was not good. Neither was Booker, but they were both not good.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is going red for KD.
But KD
I
is
didn't
just
make that into account. You know what? Screw it. Sticking with it.
motherfucker can't stay healthy.
KD's 3.
And man, I mean, if there's a snake of the oh my god, he went OKC, blows through and lead, goes to the Warriors. I don't even think anyone counts his championships. Like they're not even fair. He leaves the Warriors, goes to Brooklyn, sucks ass. He almost willed him there, and he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. He almost got him there, but he couldn't.
That damn foot.
That damn foe.
There's a little behind there. You know?
He goes to Phoenix. They've fucking done nothing. The huge trade. Phoenix's future is fucked. Honestly, it's
They
fucked.
traded for Bradley Beal. It's nuts.
Oh my god, they're fucked over there. It's really bad.
Did we say Bradley Beal's no rated player last week?
I don't even think
Wish-
anyone thinks. I don't think it's a hot take anymore.
Oh.
That's why I left it off. He sucks ass. Like he's mid. So streaky.
Who's your 3? Luka?
Anthony Davis.
Oh, okay.
AD's 3.
Shit. Okay.
Just the only reason he's not 2 is because he's streaky. I can't deny that. The fucker can have games where he really just disappears.
yeah.
But when he is on getting the basketball, he's not a doubt in my mind the best defensive player of the year. Streaky or not, he's the best defensive player in the league.
If
by
he's having a
far.
shit night, he doesn't have a shit defensive night. Never does.
Yeah. Offensively, he'll go on games where he's missing shots, whatever, but he's still gonna put up 20. He's still gonna put up 20 points and shoot damn near 50%. Like he's even his bad games. And dude, if you just watch the Nuggets series, just watch it. I've honestly,
This guy took
he was
Nikola
the best
Jokic
player in the series.
and abused him.
I know Jokic is a bad defender, but not to everybody else doesn't think that. Apparently, they think he's
I don't
fucking
know
his shit
how.
doesn't stink. I really don't know.
His
I
shit
really
don't
know.
stink.
AD is the best center in the league, all around. Jokic is a better offensive player, but AD, especially when he's at the 4, motherfucker can start shooting. Just hold on, wait. If AD didn't have to switch to the 5 once we lost Dwight and like Andre
JaVale.
Drummond and JaVale, we would have a way different conversation about him. And he's healthy, his injuries, but his injuries haven't been serious injuries.
They're just like little minor
Like,
ones that pop
KD
up.
has torn his Achilles and like big injuries. Like Clay tore his Achilles. Like
and ACL back-to-back years.
he's had like hamstring issues and like he played the most games he ever played. He did get injured in the game 5, which led to our loss in
But
my
he
opinion.
played.
But he played through it. 83.
We lost by 2 with Anthony Davis basically just being an AI robot out there.
Yeah. 83 for me. Who's your 2? 80.
Anthony Davis.
Who's your 3? KD.
KD.
80. Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
Same
I-
thing I just said pretty much.
I like him over KD and Luka. Basically, you covered all the points there.
Yeah.
He does take over basketball games. And Jeezel Peets, is he a fucking defensive player on the fucking
Yeah.
like the
Nobody's
year
safe.
not last year in the playoffs, but like the playoffs before went to West Conference Finals. I think that dude had like the most blocks in Shaq in like
Yeah.
a single playoff series. It's
And
nuts.
and Shaq really couldn't play defense outside the paint. AD can play anywhere.
80 guarded Steph Curry. You can watch the clip. It was the Lonnie Walker game 4.
Yeah.
Curry took 2 game-winning shots. 80 was right there.
Yep.
Didn't matter how many times dribbled.
That's why.
How many
like,
big men can guard a fucking point guard?
Gobert? Oh
let
my
alone
God.
the best point guard in the league.
Gobert can.
Actually, Luke is technically point guard.
Gobert has 4 depoys at this point. 3,
He's 4.
4. 80 has 0.
Yeah, come on.
What the fuck? It's
80 didn't get a first place vote, which is nuts.
it's drastically different. Drastically different.
Yeah.
AD is a 10 times better defender than Gobert. Gobert increases the team defense, sure. It's not fucking hard when you stand in the paint, Gobert. It's a 3-second, man. Jesus Christ. And the Timberwolves have great defenders all around. Anthony Edwards, Jalen McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels, not Jalen. Great
You know, they
defenders.
got KD. We got
Kyle
KD.
Anderson was a good defender when he's in. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Gobert is just only reason that they got Gobert is because Cat can't guard anyone. He's getting the Jokic treatment. Like,
Nah, he's a better defender than Jokic.
but Gobert, oh, I can't believe he has 4. AD has 0.
That's like arguably the most ever.
AD has none. That's honestly nuts. And I don't even think Gobert averaged a lot of blocks last year. I don't think he did.
I'd say it was above 2.
AD averaged the most in the league. Just because our team defense wasn't as good because we had fucking
Austin
randoms
Reeves
out there every
and
week.
D'Angelo Russell.
Every role player got
Spencer
hurt at least
Dinwiddie.
once. Vanderbilt is gonna change. Oh, just wait till this Lakers team next year. Everybody's like we were talking about how they always run it back. Loki down. Just need some shit to click. Coaching, maybe we'll have a better thing. But then we have my two is Luka.
Okay.
Same reason as Jokic, can't guard anybody. But I like
That was my biggest thing. Luka kind of got exposed in the finals.
Luka,
And I know he
also
averaged a
can't guard
30
anybody.
point triple double. I know I'm a big Luka fan. I like Luka. I'm
He averages a
low-key.
30-point triple double. He's not a good defender, but I think he's a better defender than Jokic.
Oh, that's not hard.
And then
I'm a better fucking defender than Jokic.
I think he can lead teams to wins by himself. I don't think Kyrie was there to help, but I don't think he necessarily needed Kyrie. Kyrie was disappearing in the playoffs. I think
Kyrie kind of had his moments. Not an all-around playoff.
Luka beat fucking the Suns by himself. Spanked their ass. One of the worst whoopings I've ever
Devin
seen.
Booker
One of the worst whoopings I've seen.
at
he was,
your
he was
home
having
turf.
playoff success early. And he just went to the finals. He's, what, 26? 27?
25, 26.
He's young.
young. Shit.
He has a lot of time to be better at defense, but he is the pure. Every time he shoots, I feel like it's going in. Every time the ball leaves his hands, he's Jokic, but better.
Here's number one.
LeBron James. Anyone who has LeBron outside of the top 10, for one, you're on fucking crack. If you have LeBron outside the top 7, for one, you're on fucking crack. If LeBron's not at least at bare minimum in your top 5, you don't know ball.
I don't even respect that.
I don't care if LeBron slacks at defense in the regular season. When the playoffs are starting, there is not a player I'd rather have on my fucking team than LeBron James. Because he's the best player in the league.
This dude is on a team full of the Avengers, and he's still...
The Team USA is the best team, arguably the best USA team of all time.
ever
up there
assembled.
with
Dream
the
Team,
Dream
Redeem Team.
and the Redeem Team. And he is taking these motherfuckers to school.
You know why they...
They told him, they said he's the best. They said it. If you want to believe anybody, believe the fucking players. I don't
better
care what
sing
fucking,
and play
I
every
don't care what
day.
Stephen A says. If he says LeBron's
I
not
don't
the
give
best.
a fuck what Stephen A says.
The basketball players say LeBron is the best player in the gym.
You know why they beat South Sudan? Because LeBron fucking James.
Took over.
You know why they beat
I mean-
Germany? Because of LeBron fucking James.
He's the best player in basketball. When it might not be every night, but
When it
if you
fucking
had to have
matters.
a guy tonight, you got to have a guy that's going to win you a championship. If you're not saying LeBron, you're picking the wrong guy.
You are not winning.
If it was 0 overalls around the board with one player, you're picking LeBron James.
I am.
He's right up with AD. He's one of the best defensive players in the league when he's playing defense.
He's not going to block a shit ton of shots.
No.
Other than
he's
his
but even
chase,
though he
chase
does,
down.
he is honestly up there with Giannis for best chase down block in the league, if not the best chase down
He's
block
got
in
the
league.
best chase down. Come on.
And then he's dominating
LeBron fucking-
steals.
LeBron originated that shit.
He's diving for steals against South Sudan. Come on. What are we doing?
He's doing it for fucking
We're
country.
going to say he doesn't try in the regular season? Come on. Maybe against the Pistons, he didn't dive into the fucking
What
third
does...
row.
Okay, please show me an NBA player that tries in games in January,
And especially
February.
when they're
They don't.
41 years old. He's 41. He's going to be 41 at the end of the
He's
season.
going to be 40, but
At the end of the
he's
season?
39 right now.
He's 39 before the end of the season. Year 21.
22.
22. Son of a bitch. He's been playing so long, I forget at this point. He's been in the league for so long, I
He's
can't
playing
remember.
so long, he's got his fucking sperm with him now.
And now he's got his little boy with him. And it's a great story.
It's a great story.
He's just the best player in the league. And it's just watch him play
I
basketball.
can't believe he's still fucking amazing. He shouldn't. I should be used to this.
There is bias.
But on
here.
a team full of the best players in the league, and you are still just mountains, levels above those fuckers.
He took they were fourth quarter. You have the finals MVP, Jason Tatum out there. You have Curry, finals MVP, arguably the best point guard in the league behind Luka. You have Kevin Durant, who's not playing right now,
Yeah.
but arguably one of the best players in the league. Anthony Edwards, one of the best young players in the league, and a lot of people's top 10s. Crazy. Embiid, former MVP, was hands down the MVP before he got hurt. And they're all saying that this motherfucker, LeBron James, who's 40 years old, damn near, is the best player in basketball. He's the best. He's the best on the basketball court.
Yes.
And they said he was practicing harder than everybody else. Like, what are we doing?
That
What are
Mamba
we
mentality, that killer mentality that
Skip
LeBron doesn't
Bayless,
possess.
all these analysts can say whatever the fuck they want. They are not on the court with this guy. Everybody who plays with him says he's the best. So, like, what do you want from me other than that? Sorry.
I'm about to
Sorry
talk about
about
this
it.
killer mentality bullshit. Sorry he isn't a complete, utter asshole.
He has killer mentality. 3-1. Name another player. Kyrie?
You know, the thing is,
Kevin Love?
let's just talk about for about 5 minutes. That was a segment is too long. About what is the definition of killer mentality? My definition is when game's late, ball is in your hands. What are you going to do with it?
I agree.
Who has the most game-winning buzzer beaters of all time?
James.
Is it Michael Jordan?
Nope.
Is it Kobe
It's
Bryant?
LeBron Ramon. Who has the most in the playoffs? LeBron James. Who has the most clutch points ever? LeBron James.
Is it Michael
Who
Jordan?
led the league
No,
in
it's
fourth
not.
quarter points last season?
In his 21st.
LeBron
Was it Michael
James.
Jordan? Was it Kobe Bryant? Oh, wait, they didn't even play 21 seasons.
LeBron fucking James.
I don't give a fuck about 6 rings. I'm about so tired of that. I'm a Bengals fan, and I hear Steelers 6 rings, and I hear the Bulls 6 rings. I'm about tired of it. If we're talking about rings, Robert Horry, GOAT.
Bill.
Bill,
Oh,
GOAT.
Bill. 11-team Bills. Got
Bill's
11
my
for every
fucking
team in the
GOAT.
league.
Bill's my GOAT.
It's bullshit. LeBron's the best player in the league to this day.
Rings is a team thing. Now tell me you're wrong. Was Michael Jordan the leading force? Maybe.
I don't even know. He hadn't won a fucking game without Pippen. You need the guy that's going to run the team. You think Jordan ran that basketball
Fuck
team?
no.
No. He was the poster child. Pippen ran the offense.
And also, he had Phil Jackson, who's his creator.
LeBron's
of the
never had a
Trail
good coach. Who's the best LeBron coach? Ty Lue?
Spoelstra.
I don't even count that one because he was there beforehand. Who has LeBron gotten to coach his team? Ty
Let's
Lue.
think. Is Mike Brown the start?
He
David
went to Spoelstra.
David Black.
They didn't give him Spoelstra. He went to Spoelstra. He had to seek a coach. We got fucking J.J. Redick. Don't even say it's LeBron's pick. He said 100 times before it came out he doesn't fucking pick him. They tried to get fucking UConn guy, Dan Hurley. Like,
Fuck
they
you.
did their best. Ty Lue. Come on. He's damn near on Darvin level. He's damn near Darvin. Darvin's a joke. Whoever was coaching...
David Blatt, the year before we got Ty Lue.
Who the fuck was Luke? Frank Vogel won a championship with the Lakers. Frank Vogel's not having. He doesn't have a fucking home.
Luke Walton.
He doesn't have a job. Frank fucking Vogel. Get the fuck out of here. He's a jobless man. He was seen as like, what the fuck are the Lakers doing? They just hired Frank Vogel.
He just got fired by the Suns.
He's a terrible coach. He coached the Magic. I think he was coached Orlando before the Lakers, and the Magic were terrible. Like, come the fuck on, dude.
LeBron is the coach for that
Whoever
reason.
was coaching in the fucking early days doesn't
Mike
matter.
Brown was part. Who was fucking LeBron's coach? It was some loser.
Fucking, I think he was. I don't remember actually. Doesn't matter. He sucked ass. LeBron's the best player. Oh, I almost forgot. Last segment of basketball is the New York Knicks. I can't tell you. We made our TikTok about the Knicks. I've turned off the comments because I physically can't take to read any more of this dumbass shit.
Let me tell you.
First off, appreciate every comment on every video.
Please
I
do.
wasn't even hurtful.
Any
until now.
publicity is good publicity.
I wasn't hurtful until now.
And the thing is, the more you comment, the more
Our
you see our reactions to it.
Our take on the video was the Knicks are the Knicks starting to get overrated?
They are.
Because
They're
thought
looked at as a team that can beat Boston.
we
No, they
thought
can't.
the Knicks, even with the players that were missing in their games and their minor injuries, should have beat the Pacers, who was Halliburton, who didn't shoot very well, and Siakam.
And Halliburton missed games too.
Halliburton missed games, and all we said was that they should have won that game. They should have won that series. Got swept by Boston. If not, got a gentleman's or game 6. They were not going to beat Boston.
Maybe Jalen Brunson had a master class one game.
And then, so our take was the players that were hurt were role players. I can't tell you how many TikTok comments I said. You're calling starters role players. Let me just define role player.
A role player is somebody who is not a star on the basketball team. That is what a role player is.
A role player on a team may be a starter or a player who comes off the bench. They have a special skill, such as being a good defensive player or rebounder, or they can maybe have the handle pass or 3-point shoot. Jalen Brunson's the superstar.
Yep.
Julius Randle, when he's playing, can be a star.
I don't even.
I
think
don't want to go there.
I guess.
Default.
I guess.
Default.
You know what? You New York Delusional fans, we'll say
Star.
he's a star for you.
Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Hartenstein, OG Anunoby. I don't care if he makes $50 million. They're fucking role players. They play a specific role for the Knicks, whether it's shooting, Dante DiVincenzo, defense, and
OG.
shooting, OG Anunoby,
Rebounding.
Josh Hart, rebounding.
And Hartenstein.
They're not good at everything. Hartenstein was just a plug-and-play center because Mitchell Robinson got hurt. And their injuries. Starting one, Josh Hart. These are just minutes for you. 48, 48, 43, 23, lost by 32 points.
How many minutes in a basketball game?
48.
Okay.
So he played
wondering.
almost 3 complete basketball games.
Okay.
The game he played 23.
Hang on. Can you see if they won or lost those games?
The game he played 23, they lost by 32.
Okay, that didn't matter. Next.
39 minutes. They won by 30. Oh, God forbid he couldn't finish to 10. Shit. Played 30 and a half minutes, and they lost by 13. And then he played 36 minutes and a 20-point loss. Was his injury that fucking bad? I don't think so. Maybe it might have hurt. I don't think it was fun to play with, but it was obviously not bad enough to take him out of the fucking game. He got rebounds all fucking day. He had his plus minus was God. He had a minus 30 plus minus, and a minus 15 on both the last 2 games. Plus
Holy
1.
shit.
It's almost like when you have a fucking shitty team, certain shitty players are forced to play better. Especially when they play the entire fucking game. 48 minutes. This one guy.
Josh Hart's a good hustle player.
He's a great role player. It's just like we're acting like these guys are just the fucking Nova Knicks are all a bunch of stars. DiVincenzo had games in single digits in the playoffs. Single digits. He had good games. The definition of role player is Dante DiVincenzo. He's the guy that has to play.
He has a role. He is your 3-point sniper. You kick it out till he's open. Bang.
We never denied the Knicks had a lot of injuries. They did, but it wasn't like it was big players. The Julius Randle injury was a very big injury.
Months.
But he was hurt in the middle of the season. Their hype going into this playoff run had nothing to do with Julius Randle.
And
one comment,
he might have fucked you guys over.
One comment that I saw that was like the only one I was like, okay, fair. Mitchell Robinson didn't play all year, but was very pivotal in the Sixers series, and he missed most of the if not all of the Pacers series. Fair, but going into this run in the regular season to go into the playoffs, he wasn't the pivotal piece that you guys needed to win the fucking finals. Are you shitting me right now?
It's Mitchell Robinson. He's a fucking 80 and 2K.
And he always gets pissed off if you don't play him in 2K. But
he really does.
He is a backup, maybe a fringe starting center who missed time. But I saw another Bojan Bogdanovic tweet.
They didn't even play when they traded for him.
He was the best player on the Pistons, played 30-plus minutes every night. He was getting fucking max 10 minutes for this Knicks team. And then the whole point with the injuries, too, was that they said they had the deepest roster in the league. So you can, and even if the only 2 players that missed this series, not including Julius Randle, because he wasn't a part of this. He was so gone, it's crazy. And they're going to fucking move him. We'll get to that. OG Anunoby. I think he played 2 games, like 1.5 games.
You can make
pivotal loss.
You can make a case that he is a star and not a role player.
I don't think he is.
But he averaged 15 points per game.
He's a 15-point per game scorer.
If he is a star, motherfucker, don't pay him $50 million a year.
D'Lo's a star. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
D'Lo averaged 18.
D'Lo's a star.
If D'Lo's a star, then OG, I don't care how much money he makes. And the reason he makes that much money is because role players make 3-and-D role players are like pivotal now.
They just fucking traded for McCall Bridges.
Him getting hurt.
Which makes no sense.
We claimed that was a big injury. Mitchell Robinson missing the game. In hindsight, I will give you credit. Could have been a big injury because of how he played against the 76ers. But you had everybody else. Injured or not, they played through the injuries. And
Jalen Brunson got hurt when you were already getting that ass smacked.
In Jalen Brunson's injury, he played 30 minutes and we're down 20 points and he played the next game. The fuck are we doing?
That was in Game 7 when he got hurt.
And they were losing. They lost by fucking 21. Huh? He played 30 minutes. He wasn't missing enough time that it was a drastic reason for their loss. And that was all we were saying, was that they were getting massively glazed. But if any other superstar was on the Knicks just now, and they were healthy majority, if not all, of the playoffs, and some of their role players had tweaks and like minor injuries that maybe had them play a little worse, they're getting absolutely fucking trashed for not winning, especially against the fucking Pacers. Halliburton missed games.
That is a. Wait, did he miss games in that? I think he missed games in Boston series. Actually, I don't think he missed.
He was in, but even if he didn't miss games, he was injured all regular season too. He had the back shit all regular season, and then he didn't even play very well in the Knicks series.
He didn't play well in the playoffs.
The motherfuckers lost to Obi Toppin.
Jeez, a fucking piece.
And fucking Miles Turner had a great series, and they even tried to fuck the Knicks Pacers over. I don't know if you watched one of the games. They called him fucking moving screen.
It was game 3.
Crazy. Should have been fucking game 6 wraps. Like what the fuck, man? And they blew the lead. They were up 3-2. 3-2. You blew a lead, and nobody missed games these last two.
Oh fuck! You had game 7 in your house.
Also, apologies. The Trae Young didn't beat Jalen Brunson. The timelines didn't add up, but it was a year apart.
Okay.
So fuck us. And we even said like during the wouldn't add up. We are like, I think so, maybe. Don't quote me, kind of thing. But I'm just reading TikToks about how the Knicks are just fucking this team that couldn't get over the injury bug, man. It's just, oh my God. When your role players are getting injured. I don't care if your role players were thrusted into roles where they were playing better than role players. Josh Hart's a role player on every team he ever has played for, Kurt and the Knicks.
He's a
Dante, role player. OG is a role player. He's been a role player everywhere he's going. Just because you throw him the biggest contract in Knicks history doesn't mean he's not a role player all of a sudden.
It just means that's a shitty business decision.
And the NBA today, they're making that much money, and it's just going to keep going up. But 15 points per game and good defense is not a star. Julius Randle, you could argue, is a star. But they're arguing better without him.
I don't like Randle.
He's terrible in the playoffs. Terrible. God off on the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
He's a meme.
We're talking about the Hawks beating the Knicks. Please look up Julius Randle's stat lines in those games.
Fucking spankings,
Please.
Dude. Like,
You know what? I'm doing it.
It's just...
Oh, it is 2021.
Our main argument was...
By the way, Julian Love is going to extension.
We acknowledged... Julian or Jordan?
Julian.
We acknowledged that there was injuries that they had to play through, and they were not ideal. All we said is that the Pacers were not a good enough team so that the Knicks should have blown a 3-2 lead to the Pacers.
April playoffs? No.
The Pacers were the number one offense in the league in terms of points. God-awful defense. God-awful defense. And they weren't the number one offense in the playoffs.
The Hawks won 4-1.
And it's just like... And all I see is your casuals. You didn't watch the game. Motherfuckers. Josh Hart played damn near 90% of the minutes in this series.
Randle had 23 points, 8 for 21.
Game
1.
He's known as a bad player in the playoffs. Like it's like a cold take. But all we were saying is Jalen Brunson and the Knicks are getting all this glaze for losing in the semifinals after blowing a 3-2 lead. And all we said was they're kind of overrated. Maybe the McCall Bridges thing could get them closer to the hump.
7 for 19.
Maybe it could. And then I saw someone say, "Are you guys fucking stupid? Why would the 2-seed Knicks trade Julius Randle? Are you fucking stupid?" Like that's not a trade rumor everywhere right now. Like, do you even know Ball?
Okay.
Do you know Ball?
Where's he gonna play?
He's been on the trade block for fucking 4 years. And I've seen so many YouTube videos all over the place of, are the Knicks moving on from Randle? Where's Randle gonna go? It's fucking crazy. It blew my mind, and I had to turn off comments.
Derrick Rose was the lead scorer in one game.
Final consensus. We weren't saying the Knicks suck at basketball. We weren't saying that the injuries weren't affecting them. We were saying the injuries that happened were to, in fact, role players. If you don't think they're role players, you don't know basketball. You just don't know it. They were role players. I don't care if they had to average 20 points a game for the Knicks because there was no players to score, but they were role players. 3. The Knicks were good enough with those injuries, and we saw how good they were in the 3-2 lead they had, to beat the Pacers. The Pacers should not have beaten the Knicks, and the fact they got so much glaze in the top 10 free agency, which is how it started. Jalen Brunson was a top 10 move in NBA history.
That's how it started.
That's how it started. All we were saying is, that's crazy. The Knicks should have beat the Pacers, and Brunson can't play defense. And all we said, that's really all we said. You guys are acting like we said the Knicks suck and got spanked by the Pacers. Like, they lost in 7. Like, what are we doing? And Hartenstein. They said Hartenstein didn't play. He played every fucking game.
In the game, Julius Randle scored 14 points. He took 15 shots. Guess how many even made?
Go 3, 4.
2. 2 for 15.
Julius Randle's been known for sucking
So
ass.
far, we have an 8 for 21, We have a 7 for 19, which I guess isn't the
We can
worst
stop
in the
there,
world.
dude. Like, what are we doing?
2 for 15. There's 2 more games. You want me to still look?
I don't think we need to, man. I don't think I'm gonna post this segment just because I don't want to hear more about the Knicks fan. They can come check it out. You know, the Knicks fans that were bitching followed. They fucking followed. Suck my dick.
All right.
Let's get into some NFL.
SMD.
Cut. Got it. We're back. Had some hard talks there in the NBA. Need to be said. If you address me in my comment section again, you're getting addressed back. It's just how we do. It's how we do here. We're gonna defend our takes.
Yeah, we clap back.
Bonds go. All right,
Sure.
NFL. We're starting off light with a small conversation about some NFL camp holdouts.
Who's holding out?
Who's holding out?
Who needs damn new contracts?
The main one, Hassan Reddick, absolutely fucking over the Jets is crazy.
I kind of forgot about Hassan Reddick until I put him.
They
looked it
traded
up.
for him, and like it's come out that he knew beforehand that he lied to them, that he was like, I don't need a contract, but he needs a contract. He lied about it so he can go to the Jets. The Eagles wouldn't pay him. He goes to the Jets. He's holding out of camp. They don't want to extend him. What? He's getting towards the opposite side of 30, if not over it.
I think.
He's close to 30, and he might be already 30. Joining the Jets, which is already a good defense, and they don't necessarily
29.
need.
He'll turn
They
30.
don't necessarily need to invest in a 30-year-old pass rusher
They don't think
because they've had success with anybody really out there, and they could be only competitive for a short span here. So
Once the Rodgers is gone,
I see both situations. Hassan Reddick wants to be paid because he's had really good seasons. He kind of wasn't paid well in Philly because he kind of blew up on Philly.
yeah,
He was good. He was good for his 1 year in
Carolina.
and then he went to Philly, had way better seasons. Deserves to be paid. Jets, can they even pay him? Like, I don't know if they.
So that's
But it's still hitting the cap.
yeah.
Mike Williams.
But I'm saying like if Hassan gets extended,
Yeah.
it's not going to matter if this
You
is
don't want.
salary.
It's also in the NFL, giving a edge rusher. He probably wants a max deal. Like he's.
We're currently going through that with Trey
This
Henderson.
is one of his last contracts, probably last big ones. He's going to be 34.
It's definitely his last big one,
34.
unless he
So,
has one
like,
hell of a longevity.
he's holding out. Kind of fucked over the Jets. We'll see. I don't think they kind of have to pay him because they traded for him. So like they probably will eventually. But he's holding out from camp. Ayuk's holding out, but he's like
He was at he
he's
was
there,
there.
but he's not participating,
Yeah, so it's still technically a
which is a
holdout.
good sign for the Niners, I guess.
I think he's doing it so he doesn't get fined
Yeah,
because he's at least there.
say CeeDee Lamb is not there at all. CeeDee Lamb
He's getting paid or not paid. He's getting fined $40K every time he doesn't show up.
He wants to hold out. Jetta's just got paid. Jamar's up there. He's getting paid soon. This year, next year.
Yeah,
Bengals have made it seem like he's getting paid next year.
yeah. Fuck we're
CD
doing.
was the same draft class as
Higgins.
T. Higgins,
was
so he's
24.
up to get paid. It's his time to get paid. And he was
Time is up.
arguably, other than Tyreek Hill, the best receiver last year.
He had a really damn good year. The
Really
thing
good
is,
year.
the Cowboys. I know the Bengals have some guys to pay. So do the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They got Micah, one of the youngest in the league. Dak wants $60 million, which is just crazy.
They just paid Trayvon Diggs, too.
Yeah,
They got to pay CD. They're going to have to pay Deron Bland.
oh yeah, Mister
Like I don't think he's very good, but they're going to give him
Mister
money.
League leading,
He's got a lot of money coming.
Mister Most Pick Sixes in a single season. Good for him.
And they lost Tyron Smith. That could be a big loss for them.
Yeah, well he was injured, so
Tua is slightly participating, but
limited.
there's talks about him holding out. I saw today Deshaun Jackson was saying he wants him to hold out. If he's Tua, he'd hold out because the Dolphins kind of, and the Dolphins also know that, so they're not going to either both. They're just going to just wait. I think Tua knows he's getting paid. The Dolphins know they have to pay him. No big deal there. Last one I have is.
Signed a 6-year about 2 years ago, but he wants more money.
He's best left tackle in the league. Best
Get it, but
lineman
he's
in the
already
league
getting paid.
on a drastic amount. But they're handing out contracts like it's nothing over there. Javon Hargrave got a big one. Bosa got a big one. Ayuk needs one. Debo got a big one. Like Trent Williams is probably like, I want a big one. He probably got a big one.
He was 6 years, 132, I think. Let me double check that.
That's big, but like the market's kind of got reset since then a little bit. I feel like.
6-year, $138 million contract. So that's close.
What is that per year?
That's
The market's kind of got reset a little bit. I feel like he's.
using a calculator.
Is he not the highest paid tackle anymore?
It's 23 a year.
Is that not the highest paid?
Uh,
I don't think he is. What did Orlando Brown
Christian
get?
Darrisaw, he got 16.
16. What did Darrisaw got paid bad?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even see it. Oh wait, was it?
Darrisaw and
that
Jettas got paid.
That was Jettas. No, was
Darrisaw got paid
Darrisaw
too.
4-year 110?
Oh, I don't know the exact.
Jettas
number.
got 140, right?
Yeah, he had 40 a year.
That sounds right. Yeah.
He had like 40 a year, or more. What did he get? 47. He had a lot. It's a fucking lot.
Only Jefferson got damn near 50.
Fucking lot.
Which
40
is-
years, 140 is not 40.
4-year 140. Okay.
Yeah. Darrisaw just got paid. Who else has gotten paid at tackle recently? Wirfs?
He signed a 4-year, $113 million contract. So what is that? Ooh, that's 28. Yeah.
Yeah, the market's kind of got reset.
But like,
So maybe
I
he's
don't
just
know.
like
a little selfish, you ask
wants to
me.
be the.
You're getting conned pretty fine there, Trent, and you are 34 years
He
old.
is like really old. He was in Washington for fucking a decade before he left.
And
That's kind of the last major one I
and
had.
to think the 49ers only traded a 5th round pick to get him.
Well, that's kind of like a.
Well, one I have is Jordan Love.
Guaranteed?
I don't know about fully guaranteed, but he wants that. He wants to be highest paid QB.
I mean,
I don't think they have that money. I know when I tried to rebuild the Packers in Madden, they were in
I
salary
think they
cap
have the money.
hell.
Who do they pay?
Well, maybe it's because of Rodgers, actually. Maybe that's
Rodgers
why.
is gone. Bakhtiari's gone. Who do they pay? Like seriously,
Rashawn Gary,
they just restarted.
Jair,
They just extended Kenny Clark. I saw that.
Kenny Clark. They're paying their defense. Nobody on their offense. But
He shouldn't get that much, but he's got to reset the market. It's his job. So when Burrow gets paid, it's even here to get paid. When Burrow got paid, he had to reset the market. When Herbert got paid, he reset the market. You know, it's gonna be just this is how it's gonna be.
and then it's going to be Love. And then
Because
who's
we talked
next?
about the Cooper Flag situation. It's just gonna be ridiculous amount of money from here on out. Like every year, it's just gonna keep going.
And once
up.
all those contracts show up, they're just going to reset it again.
Yep. It's a lot of money. But honestly, warrantedly so. For how much money the leagues make, they're not spending. Their margins
Is
are
there anybody
fucking
I have that you
insanity.
didn't have? No, I had never did. And then Michael Gallup retired.
And Shaq Barrett.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Michael Gallup even signed with them.
He kind of was. Remember when we picked him in fantasy? We were like, Loki thought it was a steal at the Wings and Rings, dude. Should have been, but he just barely played.
I remember I picked right for you, and you're like, I got a steal. I was like, I got one too. You're like, who is it?
Yeah,
Point her out. You're like, fuck.
it's fucked up, dude.
Honestly, it didn't work out in my favor. So you got like,
Yeah. That's kind of about it. Shaq Barrett retired because his child died,
his daughter like recently died within the past like year or two.
and he was like,
He wants to spend more family time.
And I feel like he's done some injuries in the last couple of years.
He's kind of fell off a little bit since that Super Bowl.
I think he tore his ACL 2 years ago or last year. He had a major injury.
I think the year after the Bucks won the Super Bowl, maybe.
So they're gone. Shaq Barrett was like just released from the Bucks.
He was on the Dolphins.
He got released by the Bucks and then signed with the Dolphins.
Yeah, he was a cap
I
casualty.
think he got cut by the Bucks. Yeah. And that's kind of it for the NFL. We have a topic. All right, we're gonna go with our top 10.
NFL
running backs.
Running back.
NBA is kind of far out, but
Yeah,
NFL coming up the next
the
couple
NFL, the
months.
teams are all
Next couple
solidified.
months. So, I'll start it off with my number 10.
Okay.
I have Jahmyr Gibbs
Ooh, I
at
thought
10.
my 10 is kind of tied with the guy I have for 10 and Jahmyr Gibbs. I really thought about it.
I had Jahmyr Gibbs. A couple honorable mentions. Just they could be on your list. I left off Aaron Jones. I left off. That's pretty much. I think Aaron Jones is the big one, and I like Aaron Jones, but
I do too.
I left them off just because I think these guys are better. Who you got at 10?
I have Aaron Jones.
Oh, there you go. He was really close to me. He was
I have
coming
Aaron
Gibbs.
Jones.
So was it Gibbs and Jones for you?
Yeah.
That was me too. Like it was Gibbs and
Honorable
Jones.
mention.
I was.
I like
close
put.
together.
And I think
My
and
number-
Jones is kind of like been
My
injured a lot.
9, and this might be unexpected, but I thought my 9 is Josh Jacobs. I
don't hate that at all.
I don't know if that's like unexpected because I saw when I looked up a good list because I wanted to not leave anybody out, obviously. And he was in like the top 3s, and I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
He's had one good year,
it was
on the
not
Raiders.
this year, as the year before.
and then he sucked last year. Jameer White kind of outplayed him. It's gonna be kind of just like a new contract, younger guy, I guess.
Yeah,
I got
but
Jacobs at
Josh
9.
Jacobs isn't as much receiving back as Aaron Jones was.
No, I got Jacobs at 9, easy. And they still have AJ Dillon, so like on the goal line.
People are saying
like,
he might not even play.
Jacobs,
No,
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon.
I mean, on the goal line, he's gonna play. Like he's a fucking 300-pound running back.
People are saying like, oh, who's that guy they drafted 3rd round, dude?
this year.
Yeah,
Audric Estime at Notre Dame.
I don't know, but I saw something like how he gets on the workload too, like a fantasy TikTok, like who to fade or some shit like
I'm
that.
not picking AJ Dillon, regardless. But he's not gonna get.
It wasn't fading AJ Dillon; it was kind of fading Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, just
like-
Josh Jacobs. I think he's a little overrated after that 1 year. To be honest with you.
Number 9, I have Travis Etienne.
Oh,
I think Travis Etienne had a breakout year last year.
I left him off. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I left him off.
I thought
I'm not
about
as
it.
high on him.
I kind of like him. I mean,
I
I
like
remember
him too. He's just
Curtis
good running
drafted
backs.
him first round. We're like, what the
fuck
fuck?
are you doing, Curtis?
And then he low
Worked out
key,
for him.
it worked out.
Yeah.
We should have shut our fucking mouths.
It really was. It was quick too. He was good all year, pretty much.
He was. He had a lot of games where he had 100 yards and like 3 touchdowns. I remember
I
I
don't
lost
hate
the
that.
fantasy championship game because Travis Etienne had like 40.
He's definitely in the top 15, top 12 area, but I just left him off because he's had 1 year, and I think someone kind of had to do good over there in Jacksonville at some point.
Yeah.
They kind of had a rough year towards the end of the year. My number 8 is Jonathan Taylor at 8.
Oh, okay.
I'm also not as high on Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
Like, I thought he had the one really good year. It's almost a Josh Jacobs situation.
Okay.
Similar to Josh Jacobs. One very good year, injured, held out, had a mediocre year last year. And then I just, the Colts line's good, except when they're blocking for Matt Ryan. Their
Yeah,
O-line's
Zach
been
Moss
good.
did good back there.
Zach Moss was great back there for them. Got contract for
I
18.
hope.
Got paid because of it.
I mean, it's
Well,
only
Gabe
four. It's only
Vincent.
4 year, but like
Well, Gabe Vincent situation.
I fucking please no.
Well, he was kind of like a bust up until then. He was on the Bills doing nothing, and then goes to Colts god offensive line, and now he's good again.
Fuck.
It was literally, if you look at the the rankings, they were like
Polls.
they were top 5 offensive line for the last like 5 years. The 1 year with Matt Ryan, they were like dead last,
Not good leadership over
and
there.
like it was just like what the fuck. And then next year they come right back to top 5. Like okay,
There's a common denominator there.
who'd you have at 8?
I have Josh Jacobs.
Okay, that's similar. 8 and 9 for us. Similar takes on Josh Jacobs.
I like Josh Jacobs. I think he's good, but not as consistent as I would like him to be. The fact that Zamir White was kind of outplaying him, and Zamir White was kind of a little nobody.
Yeah.
But, like, he still had, like, 1,500 rushing yards the year prior. He's kind of always been, like, a solid 1,000-yard guy throughout his career.
Sure, yeah. My 7, not high in the sky at all. He's a victim of got to do something on a bad team. It's Brees Hall,
You want to know something funny?
7.
Brees Hall isn't on my list.
Brees Hall doesn't make the list.
No.
I mean, there is good parts of Brees Hall. Like, he is very explosive. He has the big playability.
Sorry, Logan, if you watch it.
He has the big playability. And then fantasy, he could be fucking top 4, whatever you want. We're not talking
Yeah.
fantasy.
He just has the big playability, but other than that, he doesn't do much.
But I think
And there's so many games last year where he had, like, 10 carries for 20 yards.
And that's could be because the Jets' offensive line is terrible. That's true.
That very well
but
could
there
be.
is kind of had to, it's the Bradley Beal treatment, dog. Like someone's got to do something when your quarterback's fucking random guy every week, and your receivers are Garrett Wilson and nobody else. O line's shambles. Like someone's got to do something.
I think last year they had like their third string center or some shit.
Yes, they had a terrible situation. That was like the worst possible Rodgers first year. Like, Jesus.
He was 4 snaps in, tears Achilles. Just so unfortunate. They still win the game. What a fucking motivational man.
Them. Couldn't bounce back.
Xavier Gibson.
Couldn't bounce
Have
back.
yourself a day, young lad.
Walk on to the team.
Gosh,
made
man,
the
what a
team.
story. The week before, made the roster.
God.
Let's give him
You
some
got to
claps.
say.
I have Kenneth Walker.
I'm glad.
I like Kenneth Walker.
My 6 is Kenny.
I like Kenny.
I love Kenny. Michigan State boy. Michigan State dog. Very good for my Spartans. Transfer from Wake Forest. He's been just great since he's been in the league. Like everybody's talking about Charbonnet maybe taking stuff. Never.
No way.
He's leagues ahead of Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker
I was
is a
really
beast.
surprised because he arguably could have won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He should have.
His rookie
He
year
had the most votes.
because he was probably the biggest focal point of that Seahawks offense when they made it to the playoffs.
He should have beat Garrett Wilson. Winning that was stupid. Stupid. It was really just so the Jets could say they have 2.
I feel like
storyline.
Offensive Rookie of the Year is kind of like a receiver position, low key,
Kenneth
or
Walker,
like a quarterback. It's hard for
he had a great year. Though.
It's hard for a running back to
He
win.
had the most first place votes.
Yeah, I don't know how.
How the fuck do you have the most first place
That
votes?
sounds like
win?
he won to me, but it is what it is.
He was better. They like you said, they made the playoffs off his play, in my opinion. Bad offensive line.
And the
over
thing
there.
is, the only argument you could have, well, I think what also I know he had the most first place votes, but I did know he didn't play until like week 5 because Rashad Penny fucking leg snapped.
He had a slow start with Rashad Penny.
But like,
Garrett Wilson barely broke 1,000.
and I guess I'm not agreeing that Garrett Wilson should have won. I'm just gonna play a devil's advocate and saying that Garrett Wilson had fucking Zach Wilson throwing the football.
Sure, but
So guess
Kenny had breakout Geno. Let's not trip. Geno wasn't the good. Geno came out of nowhere.
Smith.
He had breakout Geno.
Talk about getting a contract.
And then he fucking the Seahawks O-line? The fuck out of here. Rookies and shitters. It's not much better than the Jets. The Jets were terrible because of a lot of injuries and second, third stringers. But the Seahawks O-line base value is below average, if not like bottom of the league. So like he's a great running back. Great. I think Breece Hall is a poor man's Kenny Walker. Like there's very similar explosive backs. Kenny is, way more consistent and elusive, to be honest with you. So
Kenneth Walker doesn't rely on the big play as much as Breece Hall does.
And Breece Hall, they say he's a receiving threat. Motherfucker, no, he's not.
He does screens.
He does screens.
And they take him for 80 yards. And don't be wrong, those are cool.
Those
are cool highlights.
Or little fucking hooks, little hitches, like the bailout pass, and he takes it for a touchdown.
Little check downs.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Take your check down.
It's not a consistent thing. It's not a consistent
check down.
Who do you have at 6?
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor, I'm not saying he's overrated, but Zach Moss did also thrive in a situation. And if he plays like shit in Cincinnati, I'm going to jump off a bridge because we released Joe Mixon for him. Whatever.
I think he's good.
He was honestly an MVP candidate a couple years ago when he had like his really good year.
Yeah.
Which I thought was crazy.
But they do have now a rushing quarterback.
Yeah, Richardson's going to take some touches
AR's
off.
going to take some touches off. The O-line's only getting older, and they've shown they could disappear. Like
with Matty Ice.
I will see. And their offensive receiving weapons have improved. Michael Pittman got paid.
They just drafted Mitchell.
Adonai Mitchell's really good. Alec Pierce is solid.
He's
Josh
a solid
Downs
little guy.
last year.
I forgot they had Josh Downs too.
And they
solid
have,
little
they
receiving
have
core.
they have a really young offensive weapons. Kind of similar to the Falcons. Except they don't have like a Bijan out of the backfield kind of guy.
Yeah.
Bijan's a top fucking 30 receiver in the league as well. He's fucking... my 5th, I have Nick Chubb.
Ooh, okay.
At 5.
Okay. Damn.
Nick Chubb's coming off a major injury. Not much of a receiving threat at all. And behind a very good offensive line. So, he's a good player. But he's kind of got the perfect situation over there. So and he's coming off a major injury. That was a big thing. I don't think it's gonna be hard to bounce back from fucking leg snapping down here.
Yeah.
But I got him at 5.
At 5, I have Derrick Henry.
Wow. You think Derrick Henry's worse than Nick Chubb?
Yeah. As much as I hate it,
think
has
Nick
nothing to do
Chubb's
with the
a
fact
poor
he's playing
man's
in,
Derrick.
I feel like it has nothing to do, but like Derrick, I don't know. He's got the Lamar
Such a
Jackson
good
read
situation.
option to where it's like, okay, what do you defend, Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry? It's kind of pick your poison. Do you want to get trucked or do you want to get juked out? I mean,
honestly, if you really think about it, Derrick Henry's probably like a top 7 running back ever right now.
he's
Like,
had
he's
some
up there,
pretty
dude.
historic years, but like
He's had so many good
last
years of like
year,
lots of yards and touchdowns. Like, he's on pace to be one of the best ever, like top 5. Like, he's
If
already.
he
So you
can
have Derrick
take a
Henry at
little
4.
screen.
Yards. Like, he's arguably the second best receiving back in the league right now, behind CMC. Like, but he's just so good at football, and we're gonna see it this year because we don't have a retard back there making him not get the ball. He had, I want to say like 1,200 yards total, and he played like half the amount of fucking snaps as some of these running backs. And you could say bad team, bad situation. No, nope, not that at all. Because our quarterback was a retard. We lost football games. We've been a good team if our quarterback. By the end of the year, I'm saying it now. If Bijan has a good year, Bijan will be my number 1, ahead of Christian McCaffrey. If Bijan has a good year this year, who you have it for?
I have Nick Chubb at 4.
Well, we're similar up here then. I had Chubb at 5, you had Chubb at 4. I had John Taylor at 8, you had him at 6. Kenny at 6 and 7. Like, okay, I had Nick Chubb at 5. Same reasons.
Yeah,
Just good.
solid guy.
My 3 is
And I've seen Nick Chubb just do some fucking incredible things. Not gonna lie, I watch him
hard
I
tackle.
watch him 2 times a year.
My number 3 is Saquon
Okay.
Barkley. You know, he's had terrible offensive lines over there, but he's also had a lot of injuries at this
His rookie
point.
year was fucking insane.
He's had arguably one of the best rookie years of any player ever.
Yeah, I had him in
And-
fantasy, and wow, what a pick!
No, he's just going to get better on the offensive line over there in Philly. The running game is going to be good with Jalen Hurts. I think he's a solid 3.
Okay. At 3, I'm gonna give your boy some love.
Bijan
Robinson.
He's just anybody who thinks it's Glaze.
He's
like,
a very
you
talented.
just don't know, bro. You just don't know if you think it's Glaze. He's so fucking good at football. It's just he might be the hardest player to tackle in the entire league. He's so shifty, and the way he moves, and he can just dead leg and
Your
stop.
body should not move like that.
He just, and we saw it in week 1, so I was hype. I was like, when he made Frankie Louvu look like a fucking Canada player, fell on his ass, 10 yards in the backfield, Bijan turns it into a touchdown. It was honestly a terrible play. We should not have scored there. But Bijan's that motherfucker. He gets a little hate because of the concussion thing or headache.
Headache.
Fucking headache. That was the
Yeah.
worst handled injury I think I've ever heard of in
That
my
kind
life.
of fucked me over in fantasy, low-key.
I don't know what that was.
He got me 0.4 that week.
One of the worst handled injuries in my life. I got the dude damn near lines up in the slot 50% of the game. He's a running back receiver. He's just should be listed as Bijan. Like it's just he's Bijan. No one in the league can do what he does. Like he just can't do it. Maybe CMC, but I don't think CMC is shifty. He's not, and we'll see. We need to see, but we're gonna see.
We are gonna see.
We're gonna fucking see. Wait till his passing game is above average with DeKirko, so we're not just
Hopefully
stacking the box against Bijan. And Tyler Algier's very good too. So watch out for this Atlanta team. This Atlanta team about to take some shit over.
they call him the Wild Thing.
11th best odds win the Super Bowl. Fact. Thank you.
We're at top 5.
My 2 is Derrick Henry.
Okay.
He's just a different beast. Also, he's can't be tackled by one player. His vision is crazy. He makes cuts and just takes them for touchdowns. He has the big playability.
And his speed is like so underrated, I feel like.
It's almost like
For as big of a human being as he is, and the fact that he can just peel off 90-yard touchdowns.
and his acceleration is nuts. Like he gets up to like
And it's not even like
Tyreek levels.
it's not even like,
dead
I mean,
ass.
sure, some plays he'll like juke him out or like just straight up just throw their ass on the ground like a grown ass man. He'll literally just like run past the corner. That's
He's so
fucking
fast.
nuts.
Like, his acceleration, it almost reminds me of like Braun athleticism. Like Braun,
I'm going on the fucking chase down.
when Braun turns on the jets, he's running like so fast. When Derrick Henry sees grass, he runs so fast. It's like Tyreek level speed, dead ass.
It's kind of crazy.
It's listed like he'll run like 23 miles an hour from like 70 yards out, like the whole way. If he gets past the line of
Yeah, I
scrimmage,
don't like the fact we got to play him twice a year.
if he gets past the first 3 yards, there is a very good chance he's getting at least 10 yards.
Yeah.
The only times where he gets like taken
When he
down,
reaches that second level,
if he gets through the
Good
line,
play.
there's a fucking 35% chance he scores. Like it's bad, and I think he's just so good. I think he's gonna be so good in Baltimore. I feel bad for you, but
Unfortunately. We got those pretty good
Okay.
backs in the north.
Yeah.
Chubb
he's
and
fucking good.
Najee's whatever.
Being Najee, they didn't pick up his 5th year, and he was salty. They shouldn't know if he's not even
You
the
better,
best.
buddy.
Not even the best running back on his team. Hot take.
Ooh.
Jalen Warren is better than Najee.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Do you have 2?
But number 2 is Saquon Barkley. I
Yeah.
like Barkley, and I think he's going into a good situation. I know we said that this doesn't elevate the Eagles' offense. It's going to elevate Saquon Barkley.
It will, yeah.
This will
It's
be the
not
best.
gonna-
This will be the best line he's played under.
Yeah.
And
The point with like it's not going to elevate the Eagles is just because the running game's already top of the league. So
Exactly.
like, how much better could it be? But when Bijan's back there, it's like the CMC situation. Like anybody was good.
You mean Saquon?
No, it's like the CMC situation. Anyone in San Francisco was really good. CMC just elevated it. Anyone in Philly's good. Saquon's just going to elevate it.
You said Bijan, but
I said Bijan.
that's why I said you
Saquon.
meant Saquon.
Oh, Saquon is he's just going to elevate the Eagles' offense. Like
He's not gonna like make them a fucking.
I don't
They're
think,
like
it's not gonna.
leagues ahead now.
It's just going to make their offensive line.
It's
play
gonna make
better.
Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown,
Everybody's just going to play
Devontae
better
Smith's
around
job
it.
a little better or a little easier.
It sure is.
And I think number 1, we both kind of got the same one.
Consensus CMC.
The Madden cover, CMC,
Terrible.
should have been fucking Burrow, but whatever. Not the here nor
You
there.
could have had me convinced it was gonna be Burrow.
I thought I was convinced myself.
It was an orange logo.
Dude, the EA
Kinda
Sports
sounded
shit,
like him.
it's kind of a fucking blue balls. What the
kinda
fuck is
sounded
orange
like
with the
him.
49ers?
It kind of sounded like him,
It
but
sounded like Burrow if it was like deepened or like
it was a white. You could tell it was a white player's voice, and there's only so many white players.
shit.
Like it would have been like Kelsey, CMC, Burrow,
I mean, I guess
Josh Allen
I guess
was
it
already
kind
on
of
it.
didn't make sense. It was Burrow because of the year.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't. I think
So,
CMC deserved it. It was just like
I guess, but like,
because you gave him a better photo. Jesus Christ,
I mean, son of a bitch.
that's what he looks like. Yeah.
Could have been red.
It's a terrible.
Why'd you gotta
fucking-
tease me?
It's a terrible fucking.
They teased me.
cover.
They got me to the edge. And they
I don't
said,
know why it was orange.
said,
Maybe
"Ha,
we just read it. Maybe we
bitch."
just saw it as orange. It wasn't actually orange.
Well, good camera crew there.
Shit.
Fuck you, EA.
I don't think
make
we
the
had
same
too
shit
different
game.
of lists here. I think we had a lot of similar names in
Sure
similar
did.
areas. Both high on Bijan.
I do like Bijan.
Come on, Bijan.
You
Did
slap
not.
your head.
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
But now we are going to
You slapped
go
your
into
head.
some trivia. We have. I think we're only going to do 2 trivias, grid, and then 1 big trivia. So, cut to trivia. We're back. Trivia time, and the quiz today
LeBron James.
is LeBron James. The
My
quiz
chocolate
is going
strawberry.
to be
We should trademark that.
LeBron James' top scoring teammates per season, top 3. So ever since he's been in the league, starting from
03
Cavs
to
to Lakers,
23 or 4, I guess.
21 seasons of top 3 basketball players and scores.
I think we're gonna fucking nail this.
I think we're gonna get a lot more. There's 63. I'm not gonna do a timer.
I think we're getting all 63.
I'm not gonna do a timer. I think we're gonna be close for sure.
I think we're doing all 63.
Let me do a quick screen record. Shift window.
I feel really confident about this one, actually.
Yeah, I like this too. The more I thought about it, I thought we'd have a really good chance.
Honestly, I feel like I get the 63 by myself. Okay. I'm not gonna do that though.
I'm not even gonna trip here. I'm gonna start the quiz and just rattle off the basics.
All right. Well, we'll just go by year. So it was rookie year. We have Aglauskas.
Ilgauskas. He's all over the place.
Larry Hughes has to be on there.
He's not on the first year.
No, not him.
First year we're missing 2. We've already cleared 2 years in the middle.
Fuck. What is that guy's name?
Is Varejao on the list? No.
No. Oh, Anderson Varejao? He might be.
He's not.
Did Carlos Boozer?
Boozer. Number 1 scorer in his rookie year. Rookie year, who'd be the second best player on the team?
Okay, we might get 62.
Well, let's come back. Is Eric Snow on the list? Fuck.
Eric Snow?
Yeah. It's an old point guard.
I remember him.
Let's go to Miami days. Wade,
Bosch.
Allen. Ray Allen's on there. Is Norris Cole on there? No.
No, he'd be Mark
Chalmers?
Chalmers all day.
Fattier? No. Actually, we cleared the Miami days except for year 1. Year 1, 7.3 points per game.
Oh, Joel Anthony?
Yeah, is it Anthony? Or is it Haslam?
Oh, probably
No.
was Haslam.
2010, first year, 7 points per game. That's such a shitty number. That's their 4th leading scorer, 7 points a game.
When I said it was a shit team, it
Is
was.
it
I
Mike
meant
Miller?
that. Meant that.
Come back. Cleveland.
Wait, did you put Norris Cole? Might have been him, actually. The
I
first
did,
year.
I did.
Oh, okay. First year
Love.
came back. Kyrie, Kevin Love.
Irving. Shumpert. J.R. Smith. 2016-17 Cleveland. Is it Thompson by that point? No, not Tristan
He
Thompson.
fucking sucked, then.
Who was... Is that... No way. 2017-2018 Heat. Irving's gone. Kevin Love, blank, D-Wade. 17-18 Cavs.
Wait,
It's not Isaiah Thomas.
Dwayne Wade?
He was the third leading scorer on the 2017-18 Cavs.
Was it IT?
I tried that. He didn't,
Oh,
I don't think he might not have met the game requirement.
D Wade did?
Yeah.
That has to be with Miami Heat days. He got traded at the deadline.
No, it's 17-18 Cleveland.
Wait,
Is it
Clarkson?
Derrick Rose? It is Jordan Clarkson. Nice pull.
Wait,
And
it's
then
what I do.
Go to Lakers. AD.
Anthony Davis.
Reeves.
D'Angelo Russell.
Russell.
Westbrook. Westbrook's on him.
Westbrook.
Those shit years.
Oh, I got David West, I think. I got a West in there for something. I'll go back to it. 3rd year in Cleveland, a 3rd year in LA. No, 4th year in LA. Under Westbrook, 13.8 points. Is it THT?
Oh my gosh, I think it is. I think it did some
Is it
shit
like,
like that. Just put Talon, maybe. Maybe Talon will work.
I don't know. Horton.
Was it? No, he didn't do good in LA. I was gonna say Montrezl Harrell, but try Harrell, I guess. I don't think it's him,
but Montrez did make the 21 Lakers. Is it?
Oh, he just Westbrook days. Montrez didn't play then. Fuck, what am I doing?
JaVale McGee made the list in 2018-19.
Oh yeah, his first year in LA.
Oh, the year that AD got hurt. Oh, this is the year before AD got there. Is that Ingram?
Or
Lonzo?
Kuzma played better than Lonzo.
Kuzma's on the list. Okay. 2021 Lakers. 15 points per game. Not AD.
Wait, 2020, 2021. This was after the bubble. Yeah, it was after.
The year after the bubble.
So was it 15?
15 points
15
per
point.
game.
Who's on that team? Point guard. Was
It was Rondo. He's not on the list.
KCP?
Yep. That's having Caldwell Pope. Yeah. Nope, not for that year, but for 2020,
Okay.
the bubble year. 15 points per game. 2020, the year after our chip. 15 a game?
We have to know this.
Who was under Westbrook in 21-22? 13.8 points per game.
Is that Malik Monk?
Was Malik Monk. Forgot he even was a Laker for a second.
20.
2020, last Laker is 2020, 2021, second scorer. Second leading scorer beside Brown and AD. Oh, man.
Who's on that roster? It's not Montrezl Harrell. It's not KCP. I don't know how. Actually, 15 does seem a little high for him.
15. We're talking Kuzma's. Not Kuzma, though.
Yeah, Kuzma would have been for that. Danny Green wasn't scoring like that with us.
He could have been.
I don't think he wasn't. He left the
It
next
wasn't
year.
Danny Green.
Was
This is the injury year, right? 15 points a game. Who would that have been?
wasn't. It's not him. No way. No way it is. He was not scoring like that with the
Who?
Lakers. I was gonna say Dwight Howard. I don't think he was on that team.
I already tried Howard.
Oh,
Just like random. I just typed in Howard.
what the fuck?
Delonte West made the list.
Oh,
And Ricky Davis. We would not have got that if it wasn't for Anthony Davis.
Oh, Ricky Davis was the other guy.
Yeah, in year one.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, good shit for us.
Who is the 2021 Laker, bruh? 15 a game? Why are you
Who was on this roster? What was the starting five?
LeBron wasn't it the year they got hurt?
Yeah, that was the year they lost the Suns.
Lost to the Suns.
Who scored 15 a game? They had to be let down the playoffs.
I feel like it was someone who was there and left.
It's not KCP. It's not Kuzma. Kuzma was there that year. His last year was there. We traded him and KCP for Westbrook.
Westbrook wasn't on this team.
I know. I'm saying we traded the next year.
Yeah, so he would have been on the 21 team, but he's
Kuzma's
not.
not it. That's the only guy I can think of. Who the fuck scored more than Kuzma?
15 points a game. It's gonna be so obvious too. Is it not THT? Am I tripping on the spelling? Love his name.
I'm looking up the name. That's fair. I'll fucking scream record if I have to. All right.
Well, yes, it's not, dude. That's Horton Tucker.
Talon Horton Tucker. Yeah, that's how you spell it.
Yeah, I ran that. Dang it. Montrez was 13.5.
That's more than I thought, actually. Come on. Who did that?
Was it a backup big? Who's LeBron's backup? These years, I try to forget these years.
Was it Andre Drummond?
Drummond. No.
Fuck.
All
We
right.
didn't sign him until later in the year.
We'll come back. 2009, 2010 Cleveland, we have nobody. Right now. We have nobody. This was his last year in Cleveland.
That's why.
We're also missing 04, 05, and 05, 06, the last one, which is probably the same player.
Try Larry Hughes?
I got him already. Delonte West was on there. I would not have got it. 18 points a game in 08, 09.
Shaq. Try Shaq.
Shaq makes the list in 2009. Is Jameson here? Yep, Antoine Jameson.
What a fucking shit way the Cavs tried making that
I
roster.
don't know, dude.
Here,
What are
Braun.
they doing?
We'll get you guys out of their
Another
prime.
15.8 point per game score
That was only because LeBron.
with LeBron, AD, or not AD, Antoine Jameson, Shaq, LeBron, and who? Why am I missing a guard that I feel like was very good?
Mo Williams.
Yes, that's who it is. There it is. There we go. I knew it was Mo Williams, dude. There was a guard that was like Larry Hughes level player. So we're missing 05 and 06, 04, 05. It's probably the same player, honestly. We're missing that. We're missing the third player on the Heat, who could be fucking anybody.
Who was on that fucking
Year 1 Heat.
Jason Williams? No way. We'll try it.
No way. Yeah, no way. One minute. We got 5 left.
Man, I should not have been too confident.
Fuck. The Laker we have to get. Like, we have to.
Dude,
The year they came back down 3-1. Who was scoring like that?
The year came back down 16?
3-1. 10.7 points per game.
So you tried Shumpert, you tried Smith. You tried Tristan Thompson.
Yep.
I'm really surprised Thompson made the list.
Derrick Rose, no.
Oh.
He was on that team, but I thought he could be the...
Oh, you also missing from the last year in Cleveland?
No, we got it.
The second stint in Cleveland.
We got it with Clarkson. We're missing 04-05 and 05-06, 13 points per game score. Probably the same player. 2010-2011, 7 point per game. And then we're missing the Laker.
Did you put Verjao or no?
Yeah.
Do you know how to spell it?
I'm pretty sure that's how you spell it. Verjao.
Double check. Anderson.
Dude, what the fuck?
Verjao. Is that how you spelled it?
Yep.
Okay, well, good shit. He's currently playing in Brazil, I think.
Ooh.
Last year in Cleveland was 2020-21.
04-05. 05-06. Cav.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe
What was that guy's name? Darius Miles.
No.
Fuck.
I thought it could have been Steven Jackson. Did he play for the Cavs? I feel like he was in the video saying we don't need Braun.
No, Darius Miles was. That's what I was thinking. I was literally thinking that video.
Dang it, who's the 7 point per game fucking Miami Heat player? No shit, they lost. Their fucking fourth leading scorer was
This just
single
backs up my
digits.
take that saying that roster wasn't as good.
Oh, God. Oh, is it Birdman?
Oh, Chris Anderson.
No.
Fuck.
I'd like that a lot, actually. That's hype. Fuck. No.
Who the fuck was on that? Who was? Was it
About to start running the casual names.
Johnson?
Smith, Johnson, Jackson, Williams. Where are your Andrew Williams? Who's the Laker? Laker we have to get. 15 point per game Laker.
Dude, I don't know.
Who was balling?
It's not Kuzma. It's not KCP.
Who was
It's
balling
not
when Braun got hurt?
THT.
When Braun got hurt, who was balling?
I don't know.
Dude.
We didn't do very good. Went from 2 to 7 seed. Nobody's
Is
fucking
it
balling.
Dion Waiters? No.
Dion Waiters? He was a bubble guy all day.
Rondo, come on.
It's not Rondo. He would score 15.
Who scored 15?
Not Rondo.
Fuck, man.
We get like
Go
a
through
1 year rental?
Who is the point guard?
LeBron.
Oh, my God. The year before Westbrook.
I like to forget this year.
15 points per game. Lost to the Suns
Oh
in
my
6.
gosh. Starting 5. Point guard, I'm blanking. Shooting guard was KCP.
Point guard was Rondo, I'm pretty sure.
Did he? I don't know. Yeah. He was.
This is crazy, but it's definitely not.
If Rondo scored 15,
I
that'd be...
ran Avery Bradley.
Oh, that's actually...
He didn't score 15.
I know, but he actually played solid. Better than Rondo.
Fucking motherfucker.
I forgot about Avery Bradley.
Dude, I don't know who it is. It's gonna
Was
be
it
such a
somebody
fuck
we
off.
traded, maybe? And they just accounted towards it?
Was he in the Westbrook trade?
Kuzma and KCP were.
Yeah.
That's all I know. That's all I know, brother. Dude, who the fuck is it?
Who's the 16-17 Cleveland Cavaliers? Ooh!
Get a pull. Who?
Delhi.
No, I don't think he's scoring.
I don't know how to spell it.
Excuse me. Matthew Dellavedova?
Dellavedova. Spell it.
Boom.
Dellave Dova. Nope. Fuck.
I was going to say.
Thought
In the
I had it.
finals?
Thought I had
In
it.
the finals, sure.
I thought I had
Regular
it for sure,
season? No.
dude. I thought I had it. How is it not Tristan Thompson? He never scored double digits.
Did you have to put maybe you have to put Tristan because Thompson's just like a
No.
let's try that.
It's not Tristan Thompson. How the fuck is it not Tristan Thompson?
Dude, was he that bad? Oh, Kyle Korver. Trent Korver.
Kyle Korver was the guy. 11 points. Nice. 4 left.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about
21
that.
Laker.
I thought about that finals graphic with Kyle Korver and Tristan Thompson.
21 Laker. 2010.
Dude.
7 point per gamer, and then the
Who
Cavs.
the fuck is the Laker?
Oh. Fuck.
What?
I thought the Cavs would have been Sean Kemp. He had a weird stint in Cleveland.
Oh. Dude, who the fuck is this Laker? It's genuinely blowing my mind.
I don't know how he can't remember.
I'm about to look at the fucking roster.
How can't we remember?
Dude. I can't
2020,
Who was the
2021.
backup? I think it's a center.
It was Drummond, Howard, Montrez. Couldn't have been a backup center. Wasn't AD. We have AD. 15 points a game's a lot, I feel
That's
like.
good. That's a role player.
It's a role player.
Dude, who did that?
Fuck. It's gotta be someone who just played through the injuries by default. Bradley Beal last player. Bradley Beal last stat line is what this
Oh
is.
my gosh. The second we hear this player, I'm like, motherfucker.
Rental player.
I'm looking up the roster. I can't. It's pissing me off.
We're getting towards the end, boys. The Heat player, we could be picking our fucking straws. Is the Heat player? Ooh!
That's not it.
Fuck, I thought I had the Heat player, Rashard Lewis.
Oh.
He had a stint with them.
Not it. This is the current Lakers roster, but whatever.
Mm.
Look up 2021 roster.
If it's obvious, just give a hint, and I'll see if we can get it.
No! Gosh damn it.
Didn't Big Z follow the Heat first year? Is it obvious? Very obvious.
I think it is. I got 2.
Get a hint?
Plays for Germany. Is it Schroeder? Son of a
Denny, you cocksucker. All
I
right.
forgot about Denny.
Now we just got the 2 Cavs. That's probably the same player, and then we have the 2010 Heat player, dude. Could be
We're
anyone.
Fucking, this is a needle in a haystack. Watch it actually not be.
Is it like?
I thought I had a fucking Kobe with Joel Anthony. I really thought I
I
did.
thought you did too, because I remember he had a weird couple games where he was solid too. Cocksuckers. The Heat, the Cav player is okay because we
We're not gonna.
weren't even alive damn near. We were a year old.
Sorry, I didn't start watching
Um,
basketball until fucking 2015. So, who is that fucking Heat player? Dude, come on! You're LeBron's biggest fan. You don't know his teammates because they're fucking dog shit.
I'm just running last names, looking at keys and running names.
All right. You know what? It's just time to just look up roster. I can't believe I forgot fucking Schroeder, man. I'm so pissed off. I liked him when he played for us, actually. That'd be the Heat 2010 roster.
2010, 2011.
Boom.
Who is the point guard?
Is it Mike Bibby? Run Mike Bibby. I think I was thinking Jason Williams.
It was Mike Bibby.
Son of a bitch! I picked the wrong point guard.
Mike Bibby.
Dude,
I didn't even know.
I actually kind of low-key knew that.
I didn't know.
I
he was
said
on
fucking
team.
Jason Williams. You fucking dumb fat
All right.
retard.
Cavs.
No!
Can you think of any old Cav?
I couldn't. Gosh damn it! Like, baby, are you fucking serious? Fucking
Gonna run
McDonald's.
No cut there. But we didn't end up doing the grid trivia because episode's running along. So this is the outro.
Sorry for the long episode. I know usually people don't like watching longer episodes, so we're trying on that.
We got talking. I'm gonna try to get it. We're looking at around 2 hours right now. I'm gonna try to get it down to at least an hour 45.
You can definitely cut that out because there's some things I think
There's some stuff I'll cut out, but
some small shit.
it'll be out Wednesday. Go watch episode 4, episode 3, episode 2. Watch that.
Episode 4 is my favorite. Definitely go watch that. It's the newest, but watch episodes 1, 2, and 3 if you want to make a little series.
Go check out the TikToks for the 4
I'm
episodes.
going to start my series I talk about. He's going to start his series.
Yep.
It's a lot of content coming your guys' way, and I'm really excited for it.
I sure am too. Episode 5, Bronze Goat. If you didn't know, you know. If you don't know, now you know.
Don't say that.